impartial position on the war in Ukraine. We are always for peace and dialogue, he says. We are firmly standing on the true side of history. Departing the Kremlin, Xi telling Putin their countries are driving the biggest global changes for 100 years. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
A classmate of convicted murderer Alec Murdaugh's son Buster, Stephen Smith, is having his death in 2015 investigated as a homicide.
His mother believes he was intentionally killed, not hit by a car walking on the side of the road. Now a state law enforcement division chief also considers his death a homicide. Buster Murdaugh this week denied any involvement in his friend's death.
Fox's Sue Guzman. America's listening to Fox News.
The news is sponsored by Lee University, where you can expect something great.
Southern Heritage Bank is your local community-focused bank. You'll see our
bank. So what makes Southern Heritage Bank unique? It's our commitment to being unbelievably good as we identify and meet your needs. Stop by one of our 5 locations in Cleveland or Chattanooga and let us show you the difference our customers have come to expect. We strive to offer the latest banking technology, mobile wallet, online account opening, mobile banking with bill pay, and ATMs that allow cash or check deposit. All available 24/7 with a local community bank. Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. All right, good morning, everybody. A rainy midweek Wednesday, 7:03. Welcome in. We are on Mix 104.1. We're on Talk 101.3 The Buzz, and we're on MixTV.tv. Don't forget, we're on your phone, your mobile devices through your our free Mix 104.1 app. That free download at mymix1041.com. And a follow-up now and more on the story we broke here on Monday afternoon. And now, Bradley County Schools Director Dr. Linda Cash, who had applied, as we told you, to become Sumner County Schools' next Director of Schools. The Sumner County Board of Education voted last night that she will not be allowed to interview for the Sumner County position. Dr. Cash had submitted her application after the official deadline and did not go through the original screening process that produced only one recommended candidate by the Sumner County hired Tennessee School Board Association. That's who they hired to conduct their search. Well, they met last night. We carried it, actually. You can go back and watch the meeting if you'd like, mixtv.tv, but we carried it live. It was an interesting meeting, to say the least. They voted down an amended motion that would have allowed Dr. Linda Cash to be interviewed, even though she missed the application deadline. Additionally, another motion was presented to restart the Director of School search in Sumner County and reopen the application period for any and all candidates. That motion failed. Then a motion to interview all 9 candidates who met their Sumner County original qualifications and deadlines set by the TSBA and their school board in Sumner County. That passed 7-4, but again, the headline here is that Bradley County School Director Dr. Linda Cash will not be interviewed by Sumner County. Now, we reached out to Dr. Cash last night, but she declined to comment to Mix 104.1. Now, yesterday before the meeting and following our story hitting Monday afternoon and, of course, more detail yesterday morning, we received a message, a statement from Dr. Cash. We received it. We understand that all Bradley County Schools staff received it following our story. Quote, and this was part of the statement. If the endeavor does not unfold, this is Dr. Cash, a direct quote, if this endeavor does not unfold, I will continue to find joy and be blessed to work with the amazing staff and students in Bradley County Schools. Other news, U.S. Express has sold. An Arizona-based truckload carrier announced it is buying Chattanooga-based U.S. Express Enterprises for $808 million. This according to WTVC Channel 9. U.S. Express currently employs about 9,000 people. A release from Knight Swift Transportation says the board of directors of both companies approved the transaction. The deal will happen either at the end of second quarter, the beginning of third quarter of this year. U.S. Express will continue to operate as an independent brand under the terms of the deal, that according to CEO of Chattanooga-based U.S. Express, Eric Fuller. And a debris burn permit required through May 15th for all outdoor burning from the State Department of Agriculture's Division of Forestry. Materials can be burned including leaves, branches, tree limbs, twigs, other woody vegetation, yard trimmings gathered on site. Now, Bridget, this does not include your previous documents that you tried to burn. That does not, not your employment documents, nothing like that.
Oh.
You can obtain a safe burn permit at burnsafetn.org. Got to do it now through May 15th. There you go.
Okay.
Burn your mortgage.
Yeah,
we used to have those ceremonies back then. It is 7:07. Let's get a check of the streets. Bridget, it is a wet Wednesday morning here.
It is. This Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol Report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. It's here, the annual Don Ledford March Mania event at their pre-owned automotive center in Cleveland. They have over 70 quality pre-owned vehicles available for you to choose from right now with new arrivals daily. So visit their showroom on North Lee Highway and Don Ledford in Cleveland, where they say yes. Crews are working an accident at the intersection of Michigan Avenue and Stewart Road. 3 cars involved in that. We appreciate that text. As always, if you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Rid-a-Pest Mix line 614-6499.
Where was that again?
Michigan Avenue at Stewart Road.
Michigan Avenue at Stewart Road. Mm-hmm. That's a busy place this time of morning.
It is, yes. You can also text us at that same number, 614-6499 on the HHM text line. This traffic report is brought to you by Waste Connections of Cleveland. They work with the communities and businesses they serve to make sure that all forms of waste are handled in ways that are reliable for their customers, safe for their employees, and respectful of the environment. Visit them online at wasteconnections-clevelandtn.com.
Coming up here in just a moment, going to be joined by Rebecca Miller, who is a teacher at Lake Forest Middle School, but she has planned a tremendous event this coming Saturday at Leisure Time Bowling for the Miracle League. It's going to be a big fundraiser. We're going to be out there actually on Saturday morning. But first, now, Rebecca, we're playing Van Halen, but they're not here. This is just recorded, okay? I don't want you to get excited about Van Halen. Yeah, trying to get too excited there, Rebecca. Thank you. All right. Well, by the way, the audience doesn't either. Oh, she's here? Bring her on. Tell her to come on in. That's fine. We've got another guest here. Hey, it's the Hardee's Wake Up. Hey, Nicole, I got the right copy this morning. I got chastised by Nicole Morissette. Apparently, what I read yesterday was not accurate because the staff at this station simply tries to make me look stupid.
Yes, we do. We don't even have to try, though.
Which, by the way, you don't have to try too hard, do you?
Not at all.
So the copy I read yesterday is not even available. So if you want to blame somebody, blame Bridget because she gave me the wrong copy. All right. Well, it's Hardee's 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast. Includes the made-from-scratch sausage and egg biscuit at Hardee's. Biscuits and gravy, French toast dips. Choose 2 of the same or mix and match. That delicious breakfast variety at Hardee's. Feed your happy. And we say good morning to you. I want to go right now to talk about this wonderful fundraising activity. Rebecca Miller joins us. Rebecca, who is I understand, a Teacher of the Year. What level there at Lake Forest? Building level? Or?
I teach 6th grade math.
Well, no, we're talking about the award now. Your award winning.
Just Teacher of Lake Forest there.
The Teacher of Lake Forest, Teacher of the Year.
Jenny Hoffman.
With Jenny Hoffman? Mm-hmm. Well, who cares about her? She's not here.
She's district teacher.
Well, Jenny's district teacher of the year.
She's amazing.
Well, it's fine, but she's not here. Okay, and we like Jenny. Jenny's fine. I've never met Jenny that I know of, but we know Richie and we know he's basically a criminal, so it's fine.
No.
All right, now, ma'am, what is your name?
I'm Carolyn Kimsey.
Carolyn, how in the world are you?
I'm good. Wet.
Well, I hear it's raining.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, I want to talk about this, Rebecca. I want to begin with you. You have planned a fundraiser for this Saturday for Carolyn, representing the Miracle League. Rebecca, tell us about it.
I have. Carolyn brought her group of amazing people into the bowling alley several times and just enjoyed them, fell in love with the organization. And one of them said, "It's my last time to bowl for the season." And so I kind of got sad and said, "No, we got to get them in here at least one more time. Let's do a fundraiser for them." So I kind of planned a fundraiser and said, let's raise some money for them to have future sporting events and a baseball field that needs to be built. So.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. All right, Carolyn, so those who don't know, I know many do, but those who don't, tell us about the Miracle League.
So Miracle League is for people of all ages and all different abilities. It's for people with disabilities that can't play on the typical fields for whatever reason they have. It's a great organization that I joined last year, and we started fall ball last year. That went awesome. Now we've moved on to bowling, and bowling is ending this weekend, but never fear, we move straight on to spring ball April 1st. People are asking if it's too late. No, please contact me. It is not too late. I will not turn anybody away. We started with 63 players last fall for fall ball, and we're up to over 80 players right now signed up for spring ball.
Wonderful.
So anybody that wants to volunteer, we will gladly take your help.
Okay, and I want to get your contact info out in just a second, but when you talk about spring ball, what sports are we talking about?
So spring ball is, we call it baseball, but it's really kind of more like softball. The ball's bigger, the ball's brighter colored, helps those that are more visually impaired. We are looking into trying to find a ball that beeps for people that are visually impaired. They are out there. For some reason, we're just having a hard time finding one.
Wow.
The game is played basically without a whole lot of rules. The rules are, let's have fun.
Yeah.
It's their day out there. It's not about anybody else but them. We've got people that run the bases backwards. We've got people that play infield and outfield at the same time. We've got people that run past other players, and it's awesome. It's wonderful. Whatever they want to do to have fun, and it's safe environment for them, and it's just life-changing.
Okay, I want to go ahead and get your contact info out, and so if people want to register players or if they want to volunteer, what do they need to do?
So they can either contact me through the Bradley County Parks and Rec, which is on Peerless Road, or they can get on our website. Our contact information is on there. It's www.miracleleaguebc.org, and you can see flyers and such all over town because we are taking over Bradley County.
I love that. I tell you, that is just tremendous. So, Rebecca, let's now go specifically to this Saturday, Leisure Time Bowling. What's happening there?
10 o'clock, come in and register if you want to bowl. If you enjoy bowling, come on out and bowl a couple games with some Miracle League participants. We're going to have them there so you can buddy bowl with them. We want them included in this event. It's all about them. So come out and bowl a few games. If you absolutely cannot bowl or don't want to bowl, come on out anyway. Make a donation. We'll have raffle drawings there. We have lots and lots of great door prizes that we've gathered. We're just there to have a good time with them.
Mix 104.1 will broadcast live with Dwayne Williams. We're looking forward to that. And I tell you, this has got to encourage you, Carolyn, about the community support. I know you've spoken to the Bradley County Commission in the past. Mm-hmm. I know you've talked about a permanent home? Is that what you're...
Yes.
What's the ultimate goal here?
So the ultimate goal is to build a baseball field that is completely handicap accessible. It is a completely flat field that is softer. It requires no maintenance. That way there's no trips, no fall hazards. It's completely flat. And then there will be a pavilion where people can come and enjoy. And then there will also be a playground. The playground is 100% handicap accessible. Wow. And it's for like weights up to 350 pounds, which means that our adults with disabilities can also play on the playground. And the playground's all about inclusion. We want our kids that have disabilities to be able to play with the other kids that don't and learn that, hey, guess what, guys? We're all the same. We like to play. We like to do things. We just have to do it a little bit differently. That's right. Well, ladies, I really appreciate you coming in. I know it's a rough morning out there, but thank you for coming. Rebecca, if people want more information about this Saturday morning,
10 o'clock at Leisure Time Bowling, the big fundraiser. What do they need to do?
They can contact Miss Kimsey through her website and email her there. They can come in Leisure Time or call anybody at Leisure Time. We all have that information there.
Okay.
Registration is the sign-up sheet's there if they want to bowl. They can register all the way through Saturday morning.
And I'm sure you'll still take sponsors. If
Absolutely.
We got businesses. We got, some of these, greedy business owner dictators out there and need to do something nice, finally, then they need to call.
I sort of say, I've had some great sponsors. I don't think I've had very many people tell me no.
Oh, how do you say no?
It has been a wonderful experience.
I mean, my Lord, you're putting up with a dictator out there at Lake Forest, so God knows you've been through it. Carolyn, repeat your contact information if you would, please.
So you can contact us at Bradley County Parks and Rec, or you can go to our website at www.miracleleaguebc.org.
Well, God bless you for what you're doing. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Very close to my heart personally, and I really appreciate you coming in. Very, very nice. Rebecca, great job, and we'll see you Saturday.
That's right.
It's going to be a big event. Leisure Time Bowling, we really appreciate Denise Cassida and Dan Moore and everybody, even, I don't know about Joe Moore now. We don't appreciate him at all. But anyway, we do. Leisure Time Bowling on Keith Street in Cleveland. Bridget, I want to talk for a second, something there in front of Leisure Time Bowling. Can we talk for a moment?
Yes.
Wouldn't this be a good morning for Scooter's Coffee?
Definitely.
The official coffee of Mixed Mornings. Good morning, Claudia and Danny Parker.
That's right. Amazing people, amazing coffee, amazingly fast. They're at Scooter's Coffee, Keith Street, in front of Leisure Time Bowling. Stop by, get you a cup of coffie this morning.
Oh, hey, get a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Now, Rebecca turned around. No, Rebecca, I'm sorry. I was talking to the audience. But, hey, listen, you go get your cinnamon roll.
The breakfast burritos are better.
Wait a second. Come here. Come to the... No, it's too good. We're not going to leave that in the bullpen. Come on, Rebecca. What'd you say?
I said the breakfast burritos are better.
The breakfast burrito. I haven't tried that yet. What do you get on a breakfast burrito at Scooter's?
I don't know. Dan Moore brought me one in for breakfast one morning on Saturday when I was working, and I was like, I need to go get another one. They're good.
If Dan Moore brings you anything, you need to be careful what's in it. Okay, I would just tell you that from personal experience. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, thanks, Rebecca. God bless you. Goodness, she's just trying to leave, just trying to get on the road here. Got a 45-minute drive, however long it takes out there. Back in a second.
When we say good morning, we mean it's a good morning to start your day with a Hardee's. Morning. Hardee's 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast starts your day with made-from-scratch sausage and egg biscuits, biscuit and gravy, or syrupy French toast dips. Pick any two, just $5. My Rewards members get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
I'm looking forward to the evening. I'm looking forward to the night. When you want the best buys, the time is right. Time to sleep with the mermaid tonight. Mermaid Mattress Factory and Showroom.
We're here at Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland.
We are here with great service. We're here. We're here.
We're here.
We're here with great deals. We're here for you.
So come get huge Nissan savings when you shop Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland and Cleveland-Nissan today. Home of the exclusive lifetime warranty.
Hey, it's Josh with Wholesale Supply. Our team members have been serving the Southeast with the best plumbing, electrical, and HVAC products for the past 75 years. Founded in Cleveland, Tennessee, Wholesale Supply has everything you need, from water heaters to kitchen faucets, from lighting to septic tanks. We literally sell it all. Don't believe me? Stop by one of our 32 stores across the Southeast and check it out for yourself. And tell them Josh sent you. And remember, Wholesale Supply is open Monday through Friday and open to the public.
From Lookout Mountain to Cleveland. From Red Bank to Collegedale. Luxury lives here.
Chattanooga Auto Square is your home for premium luxury automobiles.
And we have the largest selection in all of Chattanooga of pre-owned vehicles from every major brand.
Chattanooga Auto Square, Jaguar, Land Rover, Porsche, Infiniti.
Luxury lives here.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature is brought to you by Simply Bank.
And weather together at 7:22. Yes, on a wet Wednesday morning. If you're still at home this morning, just stay there. It's fine. Yes. I mean, I don't even think you need to come in.
If you can stay home, stay home.
Yeah, just
today.
stay home. You know, do like Bridget, pretend like you're judging some fake pageant, and we haven't even talked about that because we managed to crisscross. Oh, no, so jump. No, that's another. We managed to like. Strangers passing in the night or something, which is beautiful.
That's the best way.
That's wonderful. But you judged a pageant.
I did.
Which Ashley said you made up and said it wasn't real. And then Bridget went on the phone. Bridget, by the way, knows nothing about pop culture and really doesn't care. However, she can tell you everything in the world about a pageant. Or do we still call it a pageant? What do we call it?
Sure.
No, we don't.
Scholarship program.
Because it's Jay DeMarcus from Rascal Flatts, his wife put it together, is that right?
His wife, yes. She's the founder.
Of what?
It is called Miss Teen. The one I judged is Miss Teen Volunteer America.
Okay. Miss Teen
Tennessee.
Volunteer America, and you and Mom went over to
Yes, my mom went with me.
She's your designated driver. So anyway,
I was her designated driver.
I know. How was it? How did
it was great.
We never speak off the air. People ask me that.
It was awesome.
Was it good?
We used to go over to Jackson every summer with our Miss Cleveland group to support our girl in the Miss Tennessee pageant. So it was great being back there. I hadn't been back in years. And so, we had a great time. Was there for, 3 or 4 days. And it was a great experience.
Well, why didn't you stay long? By the way, who won?
Miss Utah was our winner.
Second year in a row?
Yes. Well, her they have an adult, like a Miss division as well. So Utah is the winner of that.
Sounds like a fraud.
It's Volunteer America.
Sounds like Jay DeMarcus, Rascal Flatts shut down. So it sounded like he, trying to get some extra income or something since Danny Murray won't return his calls. Of course, he was in Voices of Lee, as everyone knows, with Danny, and now Danny won't call him back. Why? Because he's out of Rascal Flatts. We don't need him anymore. Big deal.
Oh, goodness.
Whatever. 7:24 inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center. How many people can we offend this morning? There's a good question.
Save $300 on Tempur-Pedic Luxe mattresses at Mermaid Mattress, and you'll receive a $300 bed pack, including sheets, pillows, and a comforter, but only at Mermaid Mattress.
For today, we'll have rain throughout the day, a high of 60. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a low of 52. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, a high of 80, and a low of 60 tomorrow night.
Why don't you invite me to the pageant? I mean, I could have gone.
Just no.
I could have sang the song that Bert Parks used to sing, and remember that? Did you ever watch the old Miss America?
Yes.
Back when it was on real television?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it even on anymore? Do they do it? Do they do Miss America?
It's so different.
Yeah, just don't.
Yeah, okay.
She explained this to me on the phone the other day, and I left her talking while I went around. Annie and I were playing in the backyard. And
there's a lot.
She talked for 78 minutes about it. Again, knows nothing about anything with relevant daily pop culture items. Nothing. Doesn't care. Wouldn't refuse to cover the Oscars. I was gone, so you didn't get anything on that. I know I'm the only one who still watches it.
I read a few winners.
No, you didn't.
From the show prep.
However, she will talk to you for 90 minutes about this.
Yeah.
Steve, there was a split. Everybody got mad. Let me go down now. Let's go to Section A1 here. I'm going to go down to the rules. She's got the bylaws memorized.
I'll be glad to explain it.
On the midnight show, as they say.
And then Friday, partly cloudy again with a high of 80. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 45 degrees.
Love how you pick up. That's pretty good. 726.
This weather forecast is brought to you by PhD Pharmacy, Keith Street near Harrison Pike. Free delivery within a 50-mile radius of Cleveland. Call Gina Mosier Patterson today at 423-614-6650.
Save a bundle at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress. Furniture, mattresses, and decor. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to 40% off. Create a bundle, a sofa and chairs, end tables, a recliner, lamps and rugs, an entire room. Up to 40% off. Create a custom bundle and watch the savings grow. Up to 40% off. Look for Take Me Home Today tags. Bundle in-stock items. Special financing is available. Bundle and save at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight.com. Bank accounts too low? Check into cash. So where do you go.com? Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. Boom, boom.
Direct Primary Care Associates, your place for health care. Fast access and on-time visits with no deductibles and no copays. The one-on-one time with a member of the talented staff makes going to the doctor a better experience. Direct Primary Care Associates offers telemedicine services and can do all routine labs. Check out all the ways Direct Primary Care Associates can help you and your family at directpca.com or call them at 650-4831. Direct Primary Care Associate. It's not insurance, it's health care.
Hey listeners, there's a new Buzz Tuesdays at noon. The voice of We the People. It's about what the H is going on in America. Tune in and call in Tuesdays on 101.3 The Buzz. A seatbelt is required for this ride.
Morning, everybody. My name is Doug Vierthal, General Manager, Cleveland Ford. As you can see, the long-awaited construction build has begun. We are definitely, so everybody knows in the community, expanding to support and to service the community. When you pull in, it looks a little bit confusing. We are open during business. Everybody should know that we have a bunch of new Fords in inventory. We have Broncos, we have F-150s, as well as a bunch of orders coming in weekly and monthly. If you need anything, you can reach me. My name is Doug Vierthaler. Look forward to talking to y'all soon.
Peyton Southeastern is hiring. You have the potential to earn over $21 an hour with new progressive pay rates. A $2 night shift premium, plus you're eligible to earn a $5,000 stay bonus. Peyton's in Cleveland has open interviews every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. and then from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at jobs.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
As an elementary education major, I've been studying about the development of kids' brains. It is so important that we shield them from vaping and any other nicotine use. Nicotine affects every part of the brain. Parents, let's be aware. Let's protect our kids.
This is John. And now this message from our friends at ATS, The Bridge.
As an elementary education major, I've been studying about the development of kids' brains. It is so important that we shield them from vaping and any other nicotine use. Nicotine affects every part of the brain. Parents, let's be aware. Let's protect our kids.
That was Cameron Woody, everybody, and she's doing a great job with us at ATS The Bridge. It is 7:30, and we have breaking news at this time. We just received a press release as we go now to the Logan Thompson Law News Desk. Just received a press release in the Bradley County Sheriff's Office. I'll read it. We had an early morning shooting this morning at 1:44 a.m. Members of the Bradley County Sheriff's Office responded to a shooting, this at a residence in the 1900 block of Lois Street Southeast. Upon deputies' arrival, one male victim was located inside the residence, suffering from a gunshot wound. According to the information provided at the scene, the victim was sitting in his vehicle when two males approached and ordered him into his residence. A physical altercation ensued, resulting in one of the suspects shooting the victim. The suspects fled the scene after taking the victim's vehicle, which is described as a 2003 silver Toyota 4Runner. The suspects have not been located at this time. The victim treated on scene by first responders, then airlifted to Erlanger Medical Center for further treatment by Life Force. The Bradley County Sheriff's Office, their detectives are actively working this investigation. Further details will be released once they become available. If you have any information pertaining to this incident, please contact the Bradley County Sheriff's Office Crime Tip Line at 728-7336. I'll repeat. We just received word from the Bradley County Sheriff's Office. There was a shooting this morning at about 1:44 a.m. Members of the Sheriff's Office responded to the 1900 block of Lois Street Southeast. One male victim inside had been shot, and getting information now that he was in his vehicle when two other males approached and ordered him inside the residence. After a physical altercation, one of the suspects shot the victim. The suspects fled the scene. They are at large at this hour. They're still on the loose. And a vehicle, they went, and by the way, they went in the victim's vehicle. This is a victim's vehicle, a 2003 silver Toyota 4Runner. That's what we're looking for here. If you have any information, call 728-7336. There is other news on our the story we've been following really since Monday afternoon. Bradley County Schools Director Dr. Linda Cash had applied to become Sumner County's next director of schools. However, the Sumner County Board of Education voted last night that they will not interview Dr. Cash. They say because her application was received by Sumner County after their deadline. Now, there were a couple of motions. We carried the meeting. We carried the live stream of the Sumner County Board meeting at mixtv.tv. And there were a couple of motions, but finally the motion failed 7-4 to allow Dr. Cash and also another candidate who came in past the deadline to interview. And they did pass, the Sumner County Board of Education did pass the motion to a motion to interview all 9 candidates who met the original qualifications. Remember, Sumner County had hired the state the board association, the Tennessee School Boards Association, to handle their search. And lots of conversation, meetings, about 90 minutes last night. You can go back and watch it, mixtv.tv. But anyway, Dr. Cash not granted an interview. But let's go back to a statement that Dr. Cash released. She released a statement to us, but also not only to us, but really to the entire Bradley County school system yesterday following our story on Monday afternoon. Dr. Cash said, quote, "If this endeavor does not unfold, I will continue to find joy and be blessed to work with the amazing staff and students in Bradley County schools." Now, we had reached out, end quote, we had reached out to Dr. Cash last night, but she declined comment. All right, so we now have a very busy news morning here. We'll continue to follow it for you at 7:35. This news update brought to you by Cleveland Plywood Company, 2700 20th Street Northeast in Cleveland. Rachel, let's get a check of our Simmons Bank celebration list, 735.
Okay, happy birthday to Ricky Hale today. He works over at Cannon Automotive. That is from the Caissons. Melody Fields is 30 today, works over at Life Bridges. Lily Burris is 8 years old today, a second grader at Michigan Avenue. Her family says she is kind, caring, and funny, and her mommy and daddy wish her the best year yet. So happy birthday, Lily. And then Troy Dyer is 18 today. He's a senior at Bradley Central. That is from his parents, who are so proud of him. Happy birthday, Troy. Call in your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the volunteer Ritapest Mix line, 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the HHM text line. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list at Simmons Bank. They have the products and services to help make your dreams come true.
All right, we have a crash causing a lot of issues out there. Let's get back to our Don Ledford Cleveland traffic.
Okay, it's here, the Don Ledford Buick GMC Truck Annual March Mania event, and they are saying yes to low interest rates and 90 days until your first payment. Visit their showroom on North Lee Highway in Don Ledford in Cleveland, where they say yes. Crews are working to clear up a 3-car accident at the intersection of Michigan Avenue Road and Stewart Road, so be aware of that. Again, that's Michigan Avenue Road at Stewart Road, right there at that intersection. We understand 3 cars involved in that. Also, another accident, Industrial Drive near Polar Tech. That's going to be near APD 40, so be aware of that as well. And then on the interstate, I-75 southbound in McMinn County between Riceville and Calhoun. The accident there is blocking the right lane, so it's causing a bit of a delay there on the interstate this morning in McMinn County. So drive safely out there. Those streets are slick. We do have rain in the area. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ritapest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the HHM text line. This traffic report is brought to you by Southland Finance. On May 1st, they are relocating to a larger, more convenient branch at 950 25th Street in Cleveland at the intersection of 25th Street and Peerless Road. Call them at 423-458-3007.
23 before 8 on a wet Wednesday morning. We'll check sports coming up next.
Looking for the dealer who's gonna give you more.
Davis, the trade-in man for Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway, and we will overpay for your old car today. High mileage, cosmetic issues, that's okay. Rusted, busted, can't be trusted, all trade-ins are welcome. Just bring us your old car as is. Don't even wash it. You'll be shocked of how much I'm willing to pay for your old car in any condition. Come see me, John Davis, the trade-in man for Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee, where selling your car is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thank you for calling Logan Thompson. This is Ashley.
You get a yearly checkup. Shouldn't your air? With your local Lennox dealer, regular care equals perfect air. With technology you can touch, comfortable air you can feel, and savings you can see. Not just perfect air, perfect for you air.
Call Dale's Heating and Air to upgrade your air today.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Remember Me Senior Care is Cleveland's first assisted living and memory care neighborhood. They specialize in assisted living for those who are still active with a community of indoor and outdoor activities. They also provide memory care living for those who are facing life with dementia. Learn more online at remembermesc.com or call their office and set up an in-person visit at 423-473-3140. Remember Me Senior Care, a culture of care your loved one deserves. You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature is brought to you by Simply Bank.
In a time where private label brands are becoming more popular because of inflation, it's time to consider choosing your next mattress direct from the factory at locally owned and manufactured Mermaid Mattress, where you'll get a better mattress at a better price, guaranteed.
For today, we'll have rain throughout the day, a high of 60, partly cloudy tonight with a low of 53. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, a high of 80 and a low of 60 tomorrow evening. Partly cloudy on Friday with a high of 80. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 45 degrees.
Aubrey's of Cleveland offers some of the most fresh and delicious foods in East Tennessee. Stop in tonight for dinner or order online at aubreysrestaurant.com. Click the Cleveland location and order there.
Hi, it's CHI Memorial Sports Desk. CHI Memorial. Hello, Human Kindness Sports, sponsored in part by the Town Squire. If you have a prom, wedding, or any other formal event to plan for, visit the Tuxedo Department at the Town Squire for the best fit and style. Pick out a traditional style or a fashion trending tux in slim or ultra slim fit. The Town Squire can help take some of the stress out of planning your wedding with their great selection of rental suits and tuxedos. Thank you for allowing to let them serve you all of these years. Since 1977, the Town Squire, Stewart Park Plaza, Key Street, Cleveland. The shop with the personal touch. All right, hey, the NCAA women's tournament, the Lady Vols will take on Virginia Tech. They've now set the start time for that game for Saturday night. Lady Vols will be in Seattle. They're in the Seattle Regional. They'll play Virginia Tech Saturday night at 6:30 in the NCAA Women's Sweet 16. Hey, Fruit Loops, are you there? Is your mic on?
Yes, boss. Good morning.
I just realized when I sent you in Sheridan Sports, I did not include the day the game was happening. It's Saturday.
Sounds like useful information.
Well, just have. I mean, if I just reading this, it looks like it's tonight, but I neglected to add the day. So maybe tell your buddy, your pal, your friend, Sheridan, is she still engaged? Do we know? She's getting married?
Yes, she is.
Her fiance works for basically the Kim Jong-un of Cleveland, Doug Vierthaler, over at Cleveland Ford. So imagine that. But he's selling vehicles over there.
I'll let her know for you.
Yeah, I asked her if he's sold anything. Apparently he may have. I don't know. Hey, Bradley has a new wrestling coach. He is Bryant, Blackmon, and Bryant is on his way here now with Patrick Spangler. Not speaking of Kim Jong-un, but come on. Bryant Blackmon is the new head wrestling coach at Bradley. Man, what a tradition. And Blackmon replaces Ben Smith. You know, Ben retired, and so Bryant, but he's been an assistant to Ben Smith at Bradley for the past 7 years. So Bryant said, well, my goodness, the tribulation's over. Praise the Lord. So anyway, no, come on. Bryant is coming in. He's coming in with his principal, Patrick Spangler. So there we go. Look forward to talking to Bryant about his new opportunity. Hawks defeated the Pistons in the NBA last night, 129-107. Oh, my goodness. We lost an absolute legend yesterday. New York Knicks Hall of Famer Willis Reed died on Tuesday at the age of 80. Reed led the New York Knicks to the two NBA championships. And, folks, one of the most iconic moments in NBA history during Game 7 of the 1970 NBA Finals. Knicks and Los Angeles Lakers at Madison Square Garden in New York. Willis Reed was not supposed to play. You know, he was injured, had a severe leg injury. Boy, I tell you, he came out of the locker room right before the game. Madison Square Garden went nuts. And he led his team to a Game 7 NBA championship over the Los Angeles Lakers. I tell you, if you have a child, maybe a grandchild, interested in basketball, you ought to dial up on YouTube that clip, as I did last night, and watch Willis Reed come out. Man, it'll give you chills. It's unbelievable. And he was, by all accounts, a wonderful man. But you show your children or your grandchildren that moment, man, that's something else. That is something else. Anyway, Willis Reed has died at the age of 80. Well, listen to this. So, Fairleigh Dickinson, number 16 seed, beat a number 1, second time ever. They beat Purdue Friday night. Well, their coach, Tobin Anderson, has now gotten the head job at Iona, replacing Rick Pitino. You know, Pitino, maybe you know this or not. Rick Pitino left Iona for St. John's. I'm taking some credit for that. We were actually there in New York City, St. John's and Queens. But we helped show Rick around. That's why we're really in New York over the weekend. But anyway. So there we go. Tobin Anderson, Fairleigh Dickinson, going to Iona. Yeah, that's right. All right, so just a reminder, folks, the Tennessee Volunteers will take on Florida Atlantic in the NCAA Men's Basketball Sweet 16 tomorrow night. We're going to have coverage starting with the Vol Network about 8:30, tip-off around 9. We say around because of the tournament. It's approximately 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Right here, Mix 104.1 and the free Mix 104.1 app. That free download listed on your phone, mobile devices at mymix1041.com. Bob Kessling is already in New York. He's already been kicked out of 3 restaurants, as a matter of fact. I don't know. That's what I heard. It's all presented by TVFCU. Kessling will join us live from New York. It's Bob Kessling tomorrow morning about 7:30. But he's a smart aleck, and he texts me that we probably won't get him on until 7:45. Well, whatever. We'll get him on when we can tomorrow morning, so that'll be fun. Hey, Walker Valley shut out Ottawa in softball last night, 18-0. And a reminder, we'll have Bryant Blackmon, the new Bradley wrestling coach, in here. Coming up at about 8:15. And Bridget, your old neighbor, Patrick Spangler, God knows he has to nose in on everything. So not only will he be here tomorrow morning, he's coming in with Bryant today, although I told him he didn't have to.
That's a good thing. We love seeing Patrick.
Well, actually, he said, well, do you think I really should come in? I said, yeah, come on in.
Of course.
So we can make fun of you. No, they're coming in here in a few minutes. 13 before 8. And we are back in just a moment. Let's get a check of our Simmons Bank celebration list. Bridget, what's happening?
Okay, happy birthday to Ricky Hale today. He works over at Cannon Automotive. That is from the Caissons. Melody Fields is 30 today, works over at Life Bridges. Lily Burris is 8 years old today, a second grader at Michigan Avenue. Her family says she is kind, caring, and funny. Her mommy and daddy wish her the best year yet. And then Troy Dyer is 18 today, a senior at Bradley Central. That is from his parents, who are so proud of him.
Why is Denny Collins such a hater?
What's he up to?
Hating on Willis Reed, said it was all staged. You're an idiot. I swear. I mean, you are such a loser. It's unbelievable. In the name of the Lord, the day after the man dies, and Denny Collins, of all people, by the way, Commissioner Collins, which Randy Howard and I are demanding a recount, Commissioner Collins... Apparently, I wasn't supposed to say that on the air.
Oh, no.
All right, back over to you.
This birthday
Collins is saying it was a joke. Who cares?
Floyd Bassler is having a birthday today.
What?
Yes, that is from his wife and boys. So happy birthday to Floyd.
Floyd, happy birthday. God bless you. I'm glad you're still having birthdays.
All right, calling your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the Volunteer Ridipest Mix line, 614-6499. You can text us at that same number on the HHM text line. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list. At Simmons Bank, they have been helping their customers make their dreams come true since 1903. We do have another accident that has come in this morning. It is on APD 40 right there at 25th Street, right there in front of Spring Creek. So thankfully no injuries in that accident. Be aware of that as you drive. Again, that is Spring Creek, right there in front of Spring Creek, APD 40 near 25th Street.
And Walker Valley Tennis, and I imagine Ensley Collins was a part of this, defeated the Chattanooga School for the Arts and Sciences yesterday. Boys 5-4, girls 8-0. And Denny wants me to remind everyone he was just kidding about Willis Reed, that being staged. That it was not staged. He said it was actually real. Wow. He's now afraid of the Willis Reed constituency.
He's mad at you.
Well, look, join the club. He was my first. Denny was my first broadcast partner. So, you know, he just, what, you got something else?
No.
Well, you look like you were studying something.
Well, yeah, I was writing down the details of that accident.
10 minutes before 8.
And brand that you can trust. Wholesale Supply has been serving the Southeast.
It's the Hardee's Star Deal Combo. Get a Hardee's Charbroiled Double Cheeseburger, crispy 3-piece hand-breaded chicken tenders, or original hot ham and cheese with a small fry and drink for just $5.99. My rewards members get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
I'm looking forward to the evening. I'm looking forward to the night. When you want the best buys, the time is right. Time to sleep with the mermaid tonight. Mermaid Mattress Factory and Showroom.
Mix 104.1 and Honda Cleveland are giving one deserving firefighter in our area a chance to win a 2023 Honda Civic. Nominate your favorite firefighter today at mymix1041.com.
Bender Realty is helping to keep the community thriving during this pandemic by offering no-contact online tools for buyers and sellers in the real estate market.
Especially in this day and time with COVID, it makes a lot of the buyers are not wanting to get out and walk into someone else's home, and even sellers may not want people in their home. We can actually do a virtual tour with our phones and send it to our clients.
Walk through a property without having to actually be there and see all the intricacies of the property and the things that they may or may not want.
If you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or rent, trust your friends at Bender Realty. 472-2173. Bender-Realty.com. Be home with Bender Realty.
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Bridgestone and Firestone tire dealers in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveland Tire Center.
We're all picky about our produce, and whether you're a thumper, a sniffer, a squeezer, or just plain particular, we promise no one is more picky about produce than Food City. That's why we're introducing our Picky Promise. Whether it's from farms down the road or tropical produce from the ends of the earth, we guarantee it's fresh or we'll replace it. You see, we're picky about produce, so you don't have to be.
Direct Primary Care Associates, your place for health care. Fast access and on-time visits with no deductibles and no copays. The one-on-one time with a member of the talented staff makes going to the doctor a better experience. Direct Primary Care Associates offers telemedicine services and can do all routine labs. Check out all the ways Direct Primary Care Associates can help you and your family at directpca.com or call them at 650-4831. Direct Primary Care Associate. It's not insurance, it's health care.
At APD 40 right there in front of Spring Creek, and then also one on the interstate in McMinn County. I-75 southbound is going to be between the Riceville and Calhoun exits. It's blocking the right lane, so causing a little bit of a delay there on the interstate in McMinn County. So be aware of all of these accidents this morning as you drive, and drive safely out there. We do have rain in the area. As always, if you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the HHM text line.
Done?
I'm done. Yes, for now.
Why don't you start signing off with "I'm Dex, I'm done"? since Bill Poindexter retired.
It's copyrighted.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, when has that ever stopped us from anything? Obviously not. Mix 104.1, 6 before 8. Coming up, an update, a busy news morning. Stand by.
20 years later, we've grown in many ways, but never out of that same customer-first heart to serve. Doing the right thing simply because it's right will earn your business the right way every day, every year. Offering permanent steel roofing and siding at competitive prices. Keeping promises, staying on time for both deliveries and pickups. Making things right when we come up short. Partners like you are the reason Best Buy Metals exists.
Thank you for the opportunity to serve you.
Come see us.
Hey listeners, there's a new Buzz Tuesdays at noon, the voice of We the People. It's about what the H is going on in America. Tune in and call in Tuesdays on 101.3 The Buzz. A seatbelt is required for this ride.
Morning, everybody. My name is Doug Vierthal, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. As you can see, the long-awaited construction build has begun. We are definitely, so everybody knows in the community, expanding to support and to service the community. When you pull in, it looks a little bit confusing. We are open during business. Everybody should know that we have a bunch of new Fords in inventory. We have Broncos, we have F-150s, as well as a bunch of orders coming in weekly and monthly. If you need anything, you can reach me. My name is Doug Vierthaler. Look forward to talking to y'all soon.
It's the Hardee's Star Deal Combo. Get a Hardee's Charbroiled Double Cheeseburger, crispy 3-piece hand-breaded chicken tenders, or original hot ham and cheese with a small fry and drink for just $5.99. My rewards members get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one. And there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great. And their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
This is John Davis, the trade-in man for Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway, and we will overpay for your old car today. High mileage, cosmetic issues, that's okay. Rusted, busted, can't be trusted, all trade-ins are welcome. Just bring us your old car as is. Don't even wash it. You'll be shocked of how much I'm willing to pay for your old car in any condition. Come see me, John Davis, the trade-in man for Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee, where selling your car is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Peyton Southeastern is hiring. You have the potential to earn over $21 an hour with new progressive pay rates. A $2 night shift premium, plus you're eligible to earn a $5,000 stay bonus. Peyton's in Cleveland has open interviews every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. and then from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at jobs.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland.
At Ralph Buckner Funeral Home and Crematory, the tradition was founded by Ralph and Stella Buckner and continued by Ralph Buckner Jr. and his wife, Shari Buckner. Ralph Buckner Funeral Home and Crematory is a tradition of service. Ralph Buckner Funeral Home and Crematory, caring for Cleveland families whenever they need them. Visit ralphbuckner.com. Lois Street, southeast, happened at about 1:44 this morning, and we're getting word from the Bradley County Sheriff's Office that the two suspects in this shooting are still at large. Bradley County Sheriff's Office say they are working the investigation very actively this morning. Let me just quickly tell you that basically, according to the Sheriff's Department, there was a male in a vehicle outside a residence in the 1900 block of Lois Street Southeast this morning at about 1:44. He was approached by two males who forced him into his own residence. An altercation ensued, and then one of the suspects shot the victim. Now, the victim survived after being treated and flown by Life Force helicopter to Erlanger Medical Center in Chattanooga. But the two suspects got away in the victim's vehicle. It is described by the Sheriff's Department as a 2003 silver Toyota 4Runner. Now, if you have any information on this story or on this situation, you can call the Bradley County Sheriff's Office crime tip line at 728-7336. So that just in the last 20, 30 minutes or so from the Bradley County Sheriff's Office. And of course, our top story this morning, Bradley County Schools Director Dr. Linda Cash had applied to become the Sumner County Director of Schools. However, she will not be interviewed for the position. The Sumner County School Board met last night. It was a fairly tense meeting, quite frankly, between their school board members. But they voted 7-4 in the end of everything to not allow Dr. Cash nor another candidate who submitted their application to the Sumner County Board of Education They will not allow these ladies to interview. So Dr. Cash will not be allowed to interview for the position. Well, this is not our full newscast. We'll have much more on this in just a few moments. So stand by for that. But we did want to go ahead and get that headline to you. And we reached out to Dr. Cash last night following the Sumner County Board of Education vote. She declined to comment. So there's a lot of news this morning. I would encourage you to go to our website. That's where all of the news is, mymix1041.com.
This news update is brought to you by Rick's Plumbing Service, a family-owned business specializing in new commercial and residential plumbing. Call Jason or Josh at Rick's Plumbing Service, 423-595-6143.
We've crossed the hour at 8:01, but Bridget, I want to go back to you. We've got a lot happening with traffic this morning. A Don Ledford, Cleveland traffic update.
Yeah, so crews are still working an accident, Michigan Avenue Road at Stewart Road. 3 cars involved in that. So right there at that intersection, Michigan Avenue Road and Stewart Road. Also Industrial Drive right in front of Polar Tech. That's going to be near APD 40. We also have an accident working near 25th Street right there on APD 40 in front of Spring Creek Boulevard. So be aware of that as you drive this morning. Seeing a pretty big backup on APD 40 as of right now due to that accident. It's headed westbound as you're headed into town. And then also on the interstate, I-75 southbound in McMinn County between the Riceville and Calhoun exits. That is still blocking the right-hand lane there on the interstate in McMinn County. So be aware of all of these accidents as you drive. We appreciate all the calls and texts this morning. As always, if you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ritapest mix line is 614-6499. You can text us at that same number on the HHM text line.
This traffic report is brought to you by L&B Appliance, your one-stop appliance shop, locally owned and operated. Durkee Road at Highway 64 in Cleveland, 423-339-3231. Erlanger East Hospital is home to the...
Morning. Hardee's 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast starts your day with made-from-scratch sausage and egg biscuits, biscuit and gravy, or syrupy French toast dips. Pick any 2, just $5. My rewards members get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
I'm looking forward to the evening. I'm looking forward to the night. When you want the best buys, the time is right. Time to sleep with the mermaid tonight. Mermaid Mattress Factory and Showroom.
As an elementary education major, I've been studying about the development of kids' brains. It is so important that we shield them from vaping and any other nicotine use. Nicotine affects every part of the brain. Parents, let's be aware. Let's protect our kids.
Buzz, and we're on MixTV.tv this morning at 8:04. Let's go inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center with Roger Pickett.
Save $300 on select Stearns & Foster mattresses at Mermaid Mattress, and you'll receive a free bed pack including sheets, pillows, and a comforter, but only at Mermaid Mattress.
Today we'll have rain throughout the day, a high of 60, partly cloudy skies this evening with a low of 53. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, a high of 80 and a low of 60 tomorrow night. And then on Friday, partly cloudy with a high of 80. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 45 degrees.
This weather forecast is brought to you by the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry, Drs. Ken and Brian Beard. Call them at 423-476-6541 or visit centerforcosmeticdentistry.com.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland Studios. Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland Studios. This is Talk 101.3 The Buzz, WCLE, HD2 and 101.3 FM, W267BI Cleveland.
If your house is the best it can be, bestbuymetalroofing.com.
Fox News is next, presented by Capital Tire Service in downtown Cleveland.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The Manhattan grand jury investigating former President Trump meets today and could vote on whether he should face criminal charges over a hush money payment prior to the 2016 election.
Sources tell Fox News that not only has the former president not been formally notified of any pending charges or indictment, those very same sources contend there's still a chance that New York DA Alvin Bragg does not choose to indict the former president after all.
Fox's Kevin Cork. Another storm hits California with rain, snow, and wind. A fallen tree kills a man in a van in Portola Valley. 4 people hit by trees are reported to be in critical condition in San Francisco.
We saw numerous people nearly falling down, grabbing onto poles, grabbing onto anything simply to stand up.
Christian Captain with Fox 2 San Francisco. 136,000 homes and businesses are reported to be without power in California. America's listening to Fox News.
The Mix 1041 News Desk brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. All right, good morning, everyone. It is 8:06, Mix 1041, local and state news. Mix 1041, Talk 1013, The Buzz. We're also on MixTV.tv as we say good Wednesday morning. It is a wet Wednesday. We've got traffic problems everywhere this morning. We'll go to Bridget in just a moment with another Don Ledford traffic update, but we do have breaking news from the Bradley County Sheriff's Department. At 1:44 this morning, members of the Bradley County Sheriff's Department responded to a shooting at a residence in the 1900 block of Lois Street Southeast. Upon deputies' arrival, one male victim was located inside the residence, suffering from a gunshot wound. According to information provided at the scene, the victim was sitting in his vehicle. This at 1:44 this morning, when 2 males approached and ordered him into his residence. A physical altercation ensued, resulting in one of the suspects shooting the victim. The suspects fled the scene and took the victim's vehicle, which is described by the sheriff's office as a 2003 silver Toyota 4Runner. You'll need to be on the lookout for that today. The suspects have not been located at this time. So again, the suspects are still at large. The victim treated on scene, flown by Life Force helicopter to Erlanger Medical Center. Bradley County Sheriff's Office detectives are actively working this investigation. Further details will be released once they become available, according to the Sheriff's Office. If you have any information pertaining to this incident, call the Bradley County Sheriff's Office Crime Tip Line 728-7336. 728-7336. All right, the original top story this morning before our breaking news from the Sheriff's Office is that Bradley County Schools Director Dr. Linda Cash, as we first reported on Monday afternoon and broke the story, applied to become Sumner County's next director of schools. However, she will not be interviewed for the position. Dr. Cash had submitted her application after the official deadline and did not go through the original screening process that produced just one recommended candidate by the State School Board Association that Sumner County had hired to conduct their search, their director's search. Last night, the Sumner County Board of Education met and voted down an amended motion that would have allowed Dr. Linda Cash and another candidate to be interviewed, even though Dr. Cash missed the application deadline. It was quite a meeting, about 90 minutes. And additionally, another motion was presented by one of the Sumner County School Board members to restart the entire Director of Schools search in Sumner County and reopen the application period for any and all candidates, but that motion also failed. But a motion to interview all 9 candidates who met the original qualifications and deadline set by the TSBA and the Sumner County School Board, passed 7-4. Now, we reached out last night, Mix 1041 reached out to Dr. Cash after the vote. She declined comment. But we received a statement that also went out to all of the Bradley County school system following our exclusive report on Monday afternoon and Tuesday morning. Dr. Cash released a statement. We're going to quote from a portion of that statement that she also sent to us. Quote, "If this endeavor does not unfold, I will continue to find joy and be blessed to work with the amazing staff and students in Bradley County schools," end quote. But the headline, to recap, Dr. Cash will not be interviewed for the Sumner County Director of Schools position. I'm going to get one more story on here. There is more news, but in the interest of time, we're going to have to do this one, then we'll continue. WTVC Channel 9 reporting that an Arizona-based truckload carrier announced on Tuesday it is buying Chattanooga-based U.S. Express for $808 million. U.S. Express currently employs about 9,000 people. A release from the Knight Swift Transportation Company said that the boards of directors of both companies, that being U.S. Express and Knight Swift Transportation of Arizona, have approved the transaction. The deal will happen either at the end of the second quarter or beginning of the third quarter this year. U.S. Express will continue to operate as an independent brand under the terms of the deal, according to the U.S. Express CEO in Chattanooga, Eric Fuller. There is more news. It's at mymix1041.com. Local and state news from the Logan Thompson Law News Desk. News sponsored in part by Mark Shepard, Shelter Insurance, where he does not know how to turn in his wife's birthday.
He doesn't.
Yesterday.
What happened?
Look, if I don't respond to your text messages, you need to go ahead and send it in to Bridget, because the Lord knows I'm doing the best I can. All right. Mark Shepard, Shelter Insurance, now in Cleveland. Mark Shepard, Shelter Insurance, 2334 Keith Street, Cleveland. Call 423-339-8777. It's time for our obituary program. It's brought to you by Rob Buckner Funeral Home and Crematory. Kaylee Mae Shell, age 19, passed away Sunday, surrounded by her family, born in Cleveland, graduate Bradley Central High School. She had been accepted at ETSU, was going to attend there this coming fall. Arrangements by the Rob Buckner Funeral Home and Crematory. Pastor Jeremy Jones will be officiating. Again, Kaylee Mae Shell, age 19, passed away Sunday, surrounded by her family. Graduate of Bradley Central High School, was going to attend ETSU in the fall. The arrangements by the Ralph Buckner Funeral Home and Crematory. Visit ralphbuckner.com.
Good morning. Let's get a check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland Mix Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. It's here, the annual Don Ledford March Mania event at their pre-owned automotive center in Cleveland. They have over 70 quality pre-owned vehicles available for you to choose from right now with new arrivals daily. So visit their showroom on North Lee Highway and Don Ledford in Cleveland, where they say yes. Crews are working to clear up an accident Michigan Avenue Road at Stewart Road, right there at that intersection. Also Industrial Drive in front of Polar Tech. That's going to be near APD 40, and then 25th Street right there at APD 40 in front of Spring Creek. Be aware of that as well. An accident working there, blocking one of the westbound lanes as you head into town. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the HHM text line. This traffic report is brought to you by the Cleveland Family YMCA. The YMCA's after-school program is a safe place for children to play, learn, and grow when out of school. Find out more at ymcachattanooga.org. We'll check your Mermaid Mattress Weather Center forecast coming up.
At TVFCU, we're proudly providing home loans for our neighbors. Enjoy your new home, Robin.
Hey, it's Josh with Wholesale Supply. Our team members have been serving the Southeast with the best plumbing, electrical, and HVAC products for the past 75 years. Founded in Cleveland, Tennessee, Wholesale Supply has everything you need, from water heaters to kitchen faucets, from lighting to septic tanks. We literally sell it all. Don't believe me? Stop by one of our 32 stores across the Southeast and check it out for yourself. And tell them Josh sent you. And remember, Wholesale Supply is open Monday through Friday and open to the public.
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Goodyear brand tires in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveland Tire Center.
From Lookout Mountain to Cleveland, from Red Bank to Collegedale, luxury lives here.
Chattanooga Auto Square is your home for premium luxury automobiles.
And we have the largest selection in all of Chattanooga of pre-owned vehicles from every major brand.
Chattanooga Auto Square, Jaguar, Land Rover, Porsche, Infiniti.
Luxury lives here.
At some point in your life, you may be faced with a legal challenge, whether it be a personal injury, business dispute, or family matter. Our goal is to overcome your legal obstacles and get your life back on track.
If you or a loved one have been injured or have legal issues confronting you and your family, talk with someone on our team. We will investigate your problem to determine the facts and the law. Working together, we can develop a plan to obtain the result you deserve.
Wrestling coach of Bradley Central and his boss and guest, who apparently you grew up with. Anyway.
Mr. Patrick Spangler.
Who?
Mr. Patrick Spangler.
Would you write his... hang on one second. Go ahead, Mike.
Bridget, thank you.
For what? She hadn't done anything for you.
For just being nice, okay?
You badmouth you all the time. All right, let's go inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center. Roger?
Save $300 on Tempur-Pedic Luxe mattresses at Mermaid Mattress, and you'll receive a $300 bed pack including sheets, pillows, and a comforter, but only at Mermaid Mattress.
He say
now, from Local 3 News.
Did he say bed pack or bed pan? Which one was
bed
he saying?
Pack.
Excuse me?
Bed pack.
Okay.
Yes.
Just check it. My hearing's not as good as it used to be.
We know. Rain throughout the day today, a high of 60, partly cloudy tonight with a low of 53. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, a high of 80 and a low of 60. Partly cloudy on Friday with a high of 80. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 45 degrees.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Ready Mix, family-owned business serving Cleveland for over 40 years. Call them at 423-479-4541 or visit lamcon.us to find out more.
Well, the long and illustrious history of Bradley Central High School wrestling has a new chapter. We're joined now by officially Principal Patrick Spangler, Bradley Central High School. Patrick, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. We are extremely excited this morning to introduce our new wrestling head coach, Mr. Bryant Blackmon. I've known Bryant for a long time. Really, probably Bridget, you and I and Bryant and Rusty and all the crew back in the day at North Lee, and so it's a special day for me, just as principal, to introduce him as the head coach, but also just because he's a Bradley guy. I mean, you know, what was it? 2003 state runner-up, 2004 state champ at 171, you know, and has had head coaching experience, assistant coach experience, and been with our program since 2016, I believe. Yeah. So he knows what it's about. You know, he knows the wrestling community from the Bradley Central standpoint. He knows the kids. It's just going to be a smooth transition. I want to stop and just say thank you to Coach Ben Smith. Coach Ben Smith had an excellent career, you know, and then decided to step away, and it just allowed us to make a smooth transition, with Bryant Blackmon, and I'll let him talk from here.
Well, certainly. So, Bryant, first of all, congratulations. This has got to be if you'll move the mic just a little closer, this has got to be a thrill for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me here, and
I just appreciate the opportunity that Mr. Spangler and Coach Jackson and the Board of Education and Dr. Cash have given me an opportunity to come back and be able to do this. It's humbling in a lot of ways because, you look at the impact that Bradley Wrestling's had on many people, including my family, and from the time we were in Kids Club all the way through, and continued to mentor and not only from Coach Loxton and Coach Jackson and Coach Smith and everything, but Mr. Spangler as well, So the opportunities that have been provided are really huge, and I'm excited about the process for this.
Well, and the history is just such an illustrious, wonderful history there, and a lot of ways does go back to Coach Turner Jackson. Of course, he was in the Abraham Lincoln cabinet. So it goes back a little ways. There's a little joke there. By the way, do you have some kind of deal with McDonald's now? Is this an NIL?
Whenever I picked a coffee cup out this morning, I knew that I was going to be here, so I knew Mark Smith would be very, very happy about that. So Mark Smith, this is free advertisement. Okay, I will be calling you later on this afternoon to ask for a donation for doing an advertisement for McDonald's. So thank you, Mark Smith.
See, most people come in here, Bridget, and they do that accidentally. They'll put whatever cup it is, real cup or fake cup, whatever. This, on the other hand, was planned.
Look, it doesn't have a back to it, so I turned it right there for the TV to see it. So
I love it. Well, hey, Bryant, let's just talk about we talk about history, but then. What's to come? I mean, what in your mind? What are a couple maybe goals or things that you would work on in your coaching administration?
One of the biggest things for me is just one, continuing the tradition. It's established. But two, just kind of putting our own stamp on it as well. My brother just moved back from Oklahoma. He's been gone for 15 years, and so had somebody say something to me the other day, like, how long has it been since you two were in the wrestling room together? And I said, it's been 16 years.
Wow.
But just seeing the dynamic of what we can do, as well as just, providing the opportunities, for kids to achieve their goals. And that's the main thing at the end of the day is helping them achieve their goals. It's not necessarily, my personal goals. It's the program's goals that it's always been, and that's to win state titles and to provide opportunities for kids to achieve their goals, and whatever level that is, whether it's being a state medalist or a state champ or, higher level goals of being able to compete at the next level.
Certainly so. We're joined by Bryant Blackmon. He's the new head wrestling coach announced by Bradley Central High School yesterday, replacing the retiring Ben Smith. Patrick, just such a quality coaching staff. Your team is just tremendous at Bradley Central, isn't it?
It is, and as I think about wrestling, and you ask him the question about what is his goals. Bradley Cleveland community is extremely blessed with some of the highest quality wrestling, really throughout the Southeast, I would say. But when you attend a Bradley Cleveland home wrestling match, when you you go over to Franklin and see, it's highly competitive, and I think what's so great with the transition from Coach Smith to Coach Blackmon is he knows what it is. He knows the Bradley way. He wrestled at 1000 South Lee Highway when he was a high school student. He's taught there. He's been an assistant coach, and now he's a head coach. And not to mention, you have three of the best wrestling minds around him too, with Coach Jackson, Coach Loxton, Coach Smith. So I think that speaks a lot about Bradley Central High School. I think that speaks a lot about Bradley Central High School wrestling. That we have people that have wrestled within this program that want to come back and mentor and provide the same opportunities that they were given throughout their childhood.
Coach, Coach, I wonder if any point in the interview process or anything did you put Patrick in a wrestling hold? Because I think
we probably haven't wrestled since we were kids.
I'd like to see that right now, actually, on MixTV. No, okay.
So something that I continue to do after COVID is stay 6 feet away from wrestlers.
Man, who knew you were so funny?
I don't want to say something wrong.
What happened?
And yeah.
Guys, thanks. Bryant, Coach Blackmon, congratulations. Man, what an honor, and I know you're honored by this, and we're looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, and I'm extremely excited. My family's excited, and we're committed to continuing the tradition.
Got a great tradition there. Patrick, it's a doubleheader. You'll be back tomorrow, but in all seriousness, it's about a big old party you guys are throwing this Friday for the Barretts. My goodness gracious.
We are so excited to be hosting a celebration for a school-wide assembly on Friday at 11. We have board members, county commission. The sheriff is even going to make an appearance.
Well, he didn't tell me he's coming, or I wouldn't have agreed to be there.
Right? I know, right? The mayor and I think too former Barretts that played on. I talked to Sylvia Coates yesterday.
Just thinking about her when you said
and just it's so cool because we're welcoming those people back into our building that may have not been there in a long time, and so Gloria Smitty, trying to get her back in. I mean, it's just so it's going to be a special day. Yeah, and then we had a spot right there that we needed to fill, so that's where we ask you to fill in, and we're really excited about that opportunity.
As you told me, you and your brother are so mean to me. Your sister's kind of nice because she thinks she has to be, Brittany. But no, you told me you'd ask 20 people to MC this thing, and Bridget said no. Everybody said no. You even asked, like, on the election ballot where it says unopposed or what. You even asked, basically nobody.
Luckily, you were the write-in vote. You wrote yourself in.
I kept saying, hey, Coach Reuter, let me practice here. I'm honored to do it, and we're going to do it Friday, 11 o'clock. If you want to watch or listen, you can do that. We're going to carry it here on Mix 104.1 Radio, also on MixTV.tv. Guys, thank you very much.
Thank you for the
See you
time.
tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
All right, buddy. Coach, congratulations. Hey, Patrick, you'll want to hear this. We're going to play something here, and here, listen, we've had some Bradley graduates who've done well, like this morning. Well, that side of the room, maybe not that side. But then there's this black sheep.
Listen to Mixed Mornings, served by Tzatziki's, weekdays beginning at 6 a.m.
Greg, I know that you've been praying over the weekend, thinking in your church services that you have something inspirational, motivational, and and motivational to share with the listening audience. Go right ahead.
Don't miss a Mixed Morning on Mix 104.1, served by Tzatziki's.
He's such an idiot. JT, speaking of, come on in. Now you're fun. We're going to be joined by the Three Stooges.
Allison? Calvin, I'm going to start with this national picture of the radar so you can really see what's happening across the country. So we are dealing with those rain showers this morning. Today's the day you want the umbrella, the raincoat, have them handy. We'll have these periods of showers really throughout your Wednesday, this morning, midday, afternoon, and then tapering off for the evening time. And you can see that green across the Tennessee Valley. Really, it goes from northern Alabama all the way up into Kentucky. But if you draw your eye to the west, you can see another system in California that's kind of looped around with a cold front right here that's moving through portions of Arizona up and towards Utah. This is the system that then eventually is going to evolve, travel across the Rockies, across the country, and bring us rain and storms early on Saturday morning. So we have a couple of days of rainfall to come, but you also get a nice day squeezed in between. That's going to be Thursday, absolutely no rain, and really Friday is going to be nice too. So again, if you haven't checked in since yesterday morning, if you didn't watch updates at noon or yesterday evening, certainly our rain chances are widespread for today. So those rain chances chances have gone up, and that includes the rain for Georgia and Alabama. Yesterday it was looking like it would mainly be for areas north of Chattanooga. We're seeing that rainfall across our entire area now this morning. So did want to make sure that you knew that update for our Georgia and Alabama communities. Again, dry Thursday, pretty much dry on Friday. This 80% on Saturday, which again is a really high probability, is really for the early morning hours of Saturday. A lot of it happening even before the sun comes up in the form of rain and storms. That's going to be wrapping up by about 10 a.m., which means a large portion of your Saturday you do get to enjoy. And then the next round of showers will head our way Sunday night into Monday's, that scattered activity that you're seeing from there. So let's go ahead and take a peek at our local radar. At this point, much of our area is covered up with some kind of rain that's coming down. And you can see that pretty much direct movement from west to east just sliding across the area. Now, the green color is going to indicate that light, kind of consistent, steady rainfall, but we do have these smaller individual pockets showing up here in that yellow and orange color. That's going to be indicative of that moderate to heavy rainfall. So even a quick burst of heavier rain will be possible for the day today. And again, there is more still to our west. We're talking about several hours of this filtering through across our area. So as we look at futurecast, you're going to continue to see that movement pushing through. Here's 8 a.m. Some of the most widespread happening later this morning through your lunchtime with all of that rain pushing through. And again, once more, a lot of the green, but those individual pockets indicating that moderate to heavy rainfall. Here's this Wednesday afternoon at about 2:45. That rain still ongoing. Not really until this evening as we're approaching 5:30 are you really beginning to notice that there's more break spots than green highlighted spots with that rain. So again, rain showers will taper off this evening and pretty much all out of here by about 8-9 o'clock. You don't have to worry about any more of it. And then quieter conditions overnight. The clouds are going to decrease from mostly cloudy to partly cloudy overnight and then lead us to a fabulous Thursday. Mostly sunny skies. Tomorrow is going to be beautiful. It's the treat that we get for dealing with some of the clouds and the rain for the day today. For your Friday, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds. So Friday generally staying dry to just a very slim chance there could be a spotty sprinkle and a mix of sun and clouds. That wind still fueling up from the south with warm temperatures. So total rainfall for the day today, 1/10 of an inch all the way up to 3/4 of an inch will be possible. I did want to show you the look at the temperatures though, because we are once again talking about it not being freezing outside this morning. So it is certainly warmer now, about 20 degrees warmer now compared to this time yesterday. Currently, we have spots in the upper 40s to low 50s. Chattanooga, Cleveland hanging out at 52 degrees, 50 degrees in Dayton right now. Winds light from the south-southeast at 3 miles per hour. Here's your day planner, 49 and 8 a.m. Those rainy conditions really for a large portion of the day today. So again, have those raincoats handy. 57 degrees at 3 o'clock. By 6 p.m., those showers are tapering off, 59, and then mostly cloudy and 57 at 9 o'clock tonight. Looking at a high today is 60 degrees and then skyrocketing all the way up to 80 degrees tomorrow, 79 on Friday, and we'll keep it in the mid 70s for your weekend. By Tuesday of next week, 65, which is a little bit closer to normal, that normal being 66. So again, today is going to be a little bit dreary out there with those rain showers that are ongoing. And then when you look at the 7-day forecast, nice weather Thursday and Friday. Friday night, particularly, we're looking at after midnight, so early Saturday morning, rain and storms will roll.
Is 18 today, a senior at Bradley Central.
Man.
That is from his parents, who are so proud of him.
We've been doing his birthday probably about 18 years.
Yes.
Troy's 18, man. How old are his parents? Good Lord.
Not old.
Yeah.
Also, Floyd Bassler is having a birthday today. That is from his wife and boys.
Floyd is?
Yes.
My goodness. Floyd, happy birthday, buddy. God love him.
Carolyn Skinner is having a birthday today, along with Scott Montgomery. Lonnie Moffitt is also having a birthday today. That is from his family.
Lonnie.
Yeah.
Lonnie, he used to call me and make fun of me.
Well,
I love Lonnie. He's a funny guy, actually. Yeah.
And then this one just in, Kelsey O'Neill is having a birthday today, a third-grade teacher at Michigan Avenue. Calling your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us.
Why would they call it in now? I mean, she's obviously in class, unless she took her birthday off. I mean, why couldn't you people call this in earlier? Where she could have celebrated. Well, here's what you can do. Tell her to go back to mixtv.tv, timestamp 8:34.
There you go.
And we're talking all about that girl now. What's her name?
Her name is Kelsey.
Kelsey, and she teaches at where?
At Michigan Avenue.
Yeah, well, nice try. I called your birthday in. Yeah, at 8:34, while you're educating the children. We're educating the children.
Goodness.
It's all about the children.
Okay. Well, call in your birthdays and wedding anniversaries.
You can have
to
the
us.
children.
We'll take those on the Volunteer Ridipest Mix line, 614-6499. You can text us at that same number on the HHM text line. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 104
I believe the
app.
children of the future.
Wow, it's the Simmons Bank celebration list. At Simmons Bank, they are with you every step of the way.
Somebody told me, and this has got to be a joke, that Brad Benton, Mike Griffin, and who else?
Lisa Fain.
Well, Lisa's fine. And
Aaron
Aaron's
Weatherford.
fine. That Brad and Mike are in the building. I knew I felt the evil spirit. I felt the devil on this midweek Wednesday. And so I knew something had happened in the force. So anyway, we'll bring them in. Well, this will be entertaining. 8:35.
This news update is brought to you by Newlyweds Foods. Newlyweds Foods is hiring. Call them at 423-559-0909 or visit newlywedsfoods.jobs.net and search Cleveland Jobs.
Roger, we got a traffic update right here. A lot happening.
Okay, this Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. It's here, the annual Don Ledford March Mania event at their pre-owned automotive center in Cleveland. They have over 70 quality pre-owned vehicles available for you to choose from right now with new arrivals daily, so visit their showroom on Northley Highway and Don Ledford in Cleveland, where they say yes. We are still seeing a backup on APD 40 in front of Spring Creek. Crews working an accident there that is blocking one of the westbound lanes as you're headed into town, so be aware of that. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The Volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the HHM text line. This traffic report is brought to you by Drain Right Guttering. Call them at 423-472-7018, online at drainrightguttering.com, the go-to gutter guys.
Let's do a quick news update right here and bring it to you from the Logan Thompson Law News Desk. Breaking news, a shooting in Bradley County this morning. It happened at 144, according to the Sheriff's Department, 1900 block of Loyce Street Southeast. When deputies arrived, they said one male victim had been inside or was found shot inside the residence, and it was determined that he had been in his vehicle when two male suspects approached his vehicle and ordered him into his residence. A physical altercation ensued, and one of the suspects shot the victim. The victim was flown by Life Force helicopter to Erlanger Medical Center for further treatment. The suspects they fled in the victim's vehicle, a 2003 silver Toyota 4Runner. If you have any information about all this, call the Sheriff's Department Crime Tip Line, 728-7336, 728-7336. The other major headline of the morning, Bradley County Schools Director Dr. Linda Cash, as we broke the story on Monday afternoon, had applied to become the next director of schools at Sumner County. That's a county where she spent 17 years prior to coming to Bradley County in 2015. But Dr. Cash had submitted her application after the official deadline in Sumner County. The Sumner County Board of Education voted last night that Dr. Cash will not be allowed to interview for the position. There's much more on that and other news on our website, mymix1041.com.
In this community for 70 years, we've seen this community grow, and
my dad says our new Linux system saves energy.
Well, saving energy means saving money.
A lot of money?
Yep.
Time for a raise in my allowance.
Savings year after year.
A big raise.
Call today for perfect air you can feel in your home and savings you can feel in your wallet.
Lennox. Air is life. Make it perfect.
Call Dale's Heating and Air today.
This is Thomas Williams with Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. Stop by today and take advantage of Bradley County's largest pre-owned inventory. Or visit cleveland-nissan.com, home of the lifetime warranty.
Remember Me Senior Care is Cleveland's first assisted living and memory care neighborhood. They specialize in assisted living for those who are still active with a community of indoor and outdoor activities. They also provide memory care living for those who are facing life with dementia. Learn more online at remembermesc.com or call their office and set up an in-person visit at 423-473-3140. Remember Me Senior Care, a culture of care your loved one deserves. deserves. Direct Primary Care Associates, your place for health care. Fast access and on-time visits with no deductibles and no copays. The one-on-one time with a member of the talented staff makes going to the doctor a better experience. Direct Primary Care Associates offers telemedicine services and can do all routine labs. Check out all the ways Direct Primary Care Associates can help you and your family at directpca.com or call them at 650-4831. Direct Primary Care Associate. It's not insurance, it's health care. You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature is brought to you by Simply Bank.
Check them out, LandRoverChattanooga.com. Let's go inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center with Inspector Clouseau himself, Roger Pickett.
In a time where private label brands are becoming more popular because of inflation, it's time to consider choosing your next mattress direct from the factory at locally owned and manufactured Mermaid Mattress, where you'll get a better mattress at a better price, guaranteed.
For today, we'll have rain throughout the day, a high of 59 and a low of 52 this evening with partly cloudy skies tonight. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 80 and a low of 59. Partly cloudy on Friday with a high of 80. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 45 degrees.
This Mix 104.1 Weathercast is sponsored by Life Care Center of Cleveland, celebrating more than 45 years of serving the needs of the aging community. Life Care Center of Cleveland.
All right, it's the CHI Memorial Sports Desk. CHI Memorial Hello Human Kindness, sports sponsored in part by Solutions Finance. Hello, Ricky Hentz, everybody at Solutions Finance near Cook's Food Store on Keith Street in Cleveland. And sports this morning as the Lady Vols, their game with Virginia Tech, game time's been set for Saturday night at 6:30. That will be right here on Mix 104.1. Saturday night, 6:30, the Lady Volunteers, and look forward to that. Bryant Blackmon, we just had him on, named the new head wrestling coach at Bradley Central High School. Blackmon replaces a retiring Ben Smith. Blackmon assisted Ben at Bradley for 7 years. Hawks over the Pistons last night, 129-107. New York Knicks Hall of Famer Willis Reed died on Tuesday at the age of 80. Reed led the Knicks to 2 championships that had one of the most iconic moments in NBA history. Game 7 of the 1970 NBA Finals when Mike Griffin was just 40 years old. Against the Los Angeles Lakers, Reed came out on the court, wasn't supposed to play. Came out of that severe injury. Thunderous applause at Madison Square Garden, actually where UT will be playing tomorrow night, and led them to his championship. Fairleigh Dickinson's coach, Tobin Anderson. Fairleigh Dickinson, that team that upset #1 Purdue. Their coach is replacing Rick Pitino at Iona. The Tennessee Volunteers will take on Florida Atlantic at the NCAA Men's Basketball Sweet 16 tomorrow night, 8:30. Tip-off around 9 o'clock at New York's Madison Square Garden. Right here, Mix 104.1 and the Mix app, presented by TVFCU. Bob Kessling will join us tomorrow morning at about 7:30. And softball, Walker Valley over Ottawa, 18-0 last night. The Cleveland Bradley Chamber of Commerce joins us, and looky here, we have Lisa Fain, but we also have some hangers on. Oh, well, good. We're on TV. They just saw that.
I just was.
Well, that's fine. Well, come on up to a microphone. The chairman of the board is Brad Benton. Brad, if you'd like to come on up, that's very nice of you. How are you?
I feel like we're a contestant on a game show.
Like I'm ready to go. What is?
We need buzzers. We need buzzers. And then you brought a man, last time I saw him, he was running in some sort of a marathon that didn't exist in downtown Cleveland at the museum, where he came in his sweatsuit to honor Tom Rowland's office dedication. You moron. Mike Griffin, the hopefully soon-to-be former chairman of the chamber. So, Lisa, I want to begin with you. What's happening?
Well, we've got Mel Bedwell, Small Business Person of the Year, coming up in May. May 17th is our luncheon at the Museum Center, and we are accepting nominations for the Mel Bedwell Award. And you know all very well, as Brad does. Brad is also, our chairman of the board this year, but Brad was also a previous winner of the Mel Bedwell Award. So we are accepting nominations for that. So we would love, for the community to be thinking of, a small business owner that is very deserving of this award, and to please nominate them, because this is a big deal. It goes all the way back to 1994. So it's a big deal. So and Brad can even talk about what a big deal it was when he won.
It is. It's such an honor. Steve, you recognize that. I mean, you look at the people that have won it in the past, and you really just see the.
He crowned you, didn't he?
He did crown me. Yes.
Well, normally you present to the next person, And of course, I said when I won it, I said, well, I'll present it to Brad Benton over my dead body. Brad actually preferred that, but I presented to Brad from the beach, and it was a pre-tape deal, and Mike thought it was funny. What was it?
It was so nice. There wasn't a dry eye.
What? Well, oh, we did it in here. That's right. Oh, then I did a speech from the beach.
Yeah, that's right.
And Brad called me, wouldn't get off the phone. I was trying to get on the beach, and he just wouldn't stop talking. But no, Ken, it was a big honor for you and me. I know that.
It is. It really is. And so we're looking for candidates. I mean, there's so many worthy people within Bradley County, and if you know somebody, we need those people's name and give you an application of how the process works. And so that's what we're here to do today, is to say, be thinking about people that you admire, people that are have done a really good job within their business, grown their business, continue to succeed through economic downturns and economic environments that sometimes are headwinds. And so be thinking of those people, and let's get some more nominations in.
Yeah, this is a great time, too. After COVID, we had a lot of businesses really come through COVID and really prove themselves. So we'd love for, for someone to nominate those folks, or call us at the chamber. We can go over the process with you. So
the reigning, actually, the small business queen is Brittany Katz, and I don't blame her. She would not appear with you schmoes, and God love her. She's so smart. She wouldn't come in with lower her reputation with Brad and Mike, not to mention Aaron over here. Why are you just sit in a corner? Come on up here.
I ain't got time for you, Steve.
Well, you and him, your friend over here, and guest.
I'll come up because I have a question.
Griffin's got plenty of time.
Yes, come right up.
I have a question for you because
go ahead.
I'm a what's the word?
I think of a lot of words if you want. Brad's got a few also off the air.
I'm I always listen to you on my commute to work, right?
And how long's the commute?
Like 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
That's all I can commit to. But I heard that wrestling commercial this morning.
Yeah.
Is that your voice?
Well, it's either me or Vince McMahon. We couldn't get Vince, so yeah, that was me.
It sounds like a really bad pirate imitation. Listen to it again.
Okay, I'll play it. Hang on a second.
Play it.
Yeah. So you didn't like the wrestling spot? It sounds like a pirate. Oh, here it is.
You can play.
I've been doing this 27 years. Best spot I've ever.
Again.
Come see Championship One Wrestling at the C1W Arena at 130 McDonald School Road in McDonald, Tennessee. Every Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Doors open at 7 p.m. Show starts at 8. Tickets just $5. Kids under 5 are free. See the top stars like HCP3, the bad guys, Aiden Wright, Josh Frost, John Bishop. I am not going to permit you just to make fun of me while I play this work of art, okay?
Yeah, it's a work of art.
I'm kind of thinking if that was played before you won the award, you wouldn't be on.
Oh, Lisa! Don't join them! My Lord! Oh, man! Lisa from way down there. Oh, boy!
Yeah.
Oh, man!
What is crack on Steve?
Hey, Brad, is that woman at your bank listening, do you think, where I can make fun of you even more and make her... She gets mad at me.
It's not just at the bank, Steve. It's all over the community. People tell me all the time. They're like, I cannot stand Steve Hartline. What did Steve Hartline do to you? He makes fun of you all the time. I had a lady one day just rail over you.
I know.
If she'd have found you.
Yeah, why don't you talk in the microphone? You want to talk in the bathroom? What are you doing here?
I want to scream like you do. That's why I stand back.
So what I used to say was, to give any time.
Yes.
So it's 8:49. Brad Benton is ironing his hair right now. And so I used to think it was funny.
Yeah.
And then this woman, she just got so angry with me, you know, and I love it. I think, hey, well.
And then recently he made fun of me for wearing shorts at a chamber meeting.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Oh, I got several texts on that. Like, that guy makes me so mad because he makes so much fun of you, and I'm like.
But you know, the kicker with that, they're still listening.
Oh yeah. The kicker is it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Well, it's like the woman that came up to me one day and said, "Steve, we just love your program. It's the only one we can get. My radio's broken. It's the only station we can get." What? You all right?
I took it as a point of pride when Zandra came up to me one day at a chamber coffee, and she said, "Poor Mike, I can't believe what all Steve says about you." She said, "You're the new Roger Pickett." Like I'd taken Roger's place.
Yeah, Roger's got thinner skin than his mattresses. Okay, I mean he gets so just cries, you know. Stop making fun of me.
Hey, I got one for you.
Yeah,
and he still owes me.
No.
I was at the grocery store one time, and the lady and her husband came up to me and says, "Hey, we won the Baskin-Robbins free ice cream today on the radio." And I said, "You did?" I'm like, "Really? What was it?" And she said, "Steve Hartline said the third caller that calls in gets like 20 free scoops." I said, "What?" And you know, I wound up having to send the lady 20 free scoops of ice cream, which I didn't mind, but it wasn't a promotion or anything. It just came out of his mouth. And so I'm in the grocery store in aisle 8, and I'm having to give out coupons.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, finally make somebody happy.
Oh, yeah.
Lisa, let's please restore some sanity here.
Let's talk about
Let's talk about the
Goodwill Award winner.
Yeah, Brad, but Lisa, I'm so sorry. Before I go to you, Brad, we all knew Mel Bedwell. My goodness, what an example of he was a tremendous man, wasn't he?
Yeah, community man.
Yes, he was.
Love business, love this community, involved in this community, promoted this community, you know, raised his family here. So Kelly and I, we went to high school together.
Yep.
I mean, just great. It's all about he was all about what Cleveland's all about.
Absolutely.
And just excellence.
Absolutely. So, Lisa, your accepting applications, what's the timeline here?
Well, we put out there on the press release April the 6th, but we really could take them through April the 13th. The award will be presented on May the 17th. So we want people to have enough time to give a good nomination, a good solid nomination that comes in. I mean, you know, we've got some already, but we would like to have some more as well, because we know there's a lot of deserving people out there.
And Mike, you said that the only reason I won is because it was during COVID and you didn't have anybody else to give it to. So thank you for that.
I did not say that.
Very sweet of you. Is this the deal last year when I interviewed Bob Corker? Was that the same event?
That's the same one.
Well, pretty good. That'd be tough to top. Good luck.
Yeah, we're working on that too.
I'm sure you are. Yeah, I'm sure you're just working right on it.
Yeah, we are.
Right over there. You still wear a bracelet that says WWBD? What would Bernadette do? Is that
No,
pretty much?
I'll wear that.
That's Lisa's bracelet.
Boy, she won't go away, will she? If I showed up at the banquet, I said, "My God, get out. I mean, you're retired. Time to let go." I said, "Aaron said it's time to let go."
You'd be surprised.
All right. Anything we want to add here before we go? I think we've offended as many people as we possibly can.
No, seriously, we do want people to be thinking of everybody shops local. Think of where you shop. Think of, you know, who would be very deserving for this award. The only really requirement we have is that they have to be in business at least 3 years, increase, you know, their sales volume. And like I said, a lot of people really made it out through COVID really well. You know, so like we really have a lot of good candidates out there, I'm sure.
And I've told probably all of you, especially Mike, I said, you know, Brittany Katz, what an example.
Right.
My Lord. She didn't know anybody here. Nobody when she moved here. And to open that business, and then, Mike, and she's a great example because she's our current Small Business Woman of the Year, but what she did during COVID and giving back and setting that fund up, and my Lord, it is incredible. She didn't know anybody when she came.
She's also the chair-elect. Of the board.
Well, finally.
So we're kind of
finally.
Well,
I mean, could we make that a little earlier? I mean, I don't know.
Could we start in spring?
She's just a heartbeat. She's just a heartbeat away, from what I understand. All right, there they are. Lisa Fain, Brad Benton, and guest.
Thank you.
For Mike Griffin, everybody. Aaron Weatherburn.
Nice T-shirt, by the way, Steve.
Yeah, we like your shirt.
Yeah.
What?
I mean,
what?
Dress code.
Well, I heard you.
You're on TV now.
No dress code.
You want to talk about dress code?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about a dress code?
I know about that.
You weren't there, Brad.
Yeah.
Tom Rowland, Mayor Rowland, we dedicate his office a couple weeks ago down at the museum, and it was actually Mike's idea. Mike comes in, honestly, we're wearing, blazer, been down to see Larry, whatever. I have all this. Mike comes in, honest to God, in a sweatsuit, looked like a Richard Simmons workout with the oldies, sweating to the oldies. He'd been at his home doing videotapes with Jane Fonda and Richard Simmons. Comes in on some ball cap that didn't fit. Matter of fact, I've got a picture of that. I need to send that to Austin.
No.
Sandra Rowland and Tom got pictures of it. Why would you come in and desecrate Tom Rowland like you did?
Tennis match ran long.
Oh.
And then I had to go see my mom, remember? I told everybody, I explained my situation, and I rushed home, dropped Charlie off, and headed down there.
And who's Charlie?
The only other thing I could have done was to show up with Charlie.
Well, let me tell you, between the two of you, we know who we'd have picked, and that's Charlie. Tell him who Charlie is.
My son.
I like how you dropped the family card.
I didn't.
And it didn't work. It didn't work.
No, I said.
Well, I did for the listeners, not for you.
I said,
at the museum,
I said in front of a crowd of 100 or more people, I looked at Mayor Rowland and I said, my mother said to tell the mayor that your mama needed you. And everybody in the crowd went, oh.
No, they didn't.
Yes.
They said, you're a loser. Get out.
What's his first comment to me? He goes, what were you thinking?
Critical spirit.
I also asked the board of directors of the chamber what they were thinking when they hired you.
We know.
All right, get out. All right, clevelandchamber.com. Bye.
PhD Pharmacy in Cleveland is here to
Why Rhino come to Best Buy Metals?
For 20 years, Best Buy Metals has provided permanent steel roofing. Additionally, we've expanded to manufacture metal siding, including steel, board and batten, and traditional lap siding. We also offer custom pole barns, from a simple roof-only structure to a fully enclosed building. Stop by one of our 7 showrooms today or visit us online 24/7 at bestbuymetalroof.com.
Morning, everybody. My name is Doug Vierthal, General Manager, Cleveland Ford. As you can see, the long-awaited construction build has begun. We are definitely, so everybody knows in the community, expanding to support and to service the community. When you pull in, it looks a little bit confusing. We are open during business. Everybody should know that we have a bunch of new Fords in inventory. We have Broncos, we have F-150s, as well as a bunch of orders coming in weekly and monthly. If you need anything, you can reach me. My name is Doug Vierthaler. Look forward to talking to y'all soon.
Serenity Funeral Homes. Convenient, caring, affordable. Cleveland's most affordable funeral home. Completely remodeled. Offering cremations as low as $5.95. Funerals, $15.95. SerenityofCleveland.com. When trust matters most.
This Medical Minute is brought to you by the Vascular Institute, your regional leaders in vascular care. February is Heart Month. What do you know about cardiovascular disease? Here are some fast facts to remember. 52% of high blood pressure deaths, the silent killer, occur in women. Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States will have a myocardial infarction. Stroke accounts for approximately 1 of every 19 deaths in the United States, on average every 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Many cardiac and stroke events can be prevented through education and lifestyle changes. Take the time to sustain your changes and control the risk factors that can be managed, such as establishing a primary care provider, exercising daily and eating a healthy diet, maintaining your diabetes, blood pressure, and cholesterol, and quitting smoking. For more information about vascular disease, visit vascularinstituteofchattanooga.com or call their office at 423-602-2750 to be evaluated. No referral is needed and appointments are within 1 week.
An Arizona-based trucking company will buy U.S. Express for more than $800 million. Knight Swift Transportation announced it will acquire the Chattanooga-based company for $6.15 a share. Our Liam Collins reports on the impact.
U.S. Express has had financial issues for years, and now industry experts say this is likely the best case scenario for the struggling company.
This is
a big reduction in competition.
Two of the country's largest freight companies will merge this year. Knight-Swift Transportation announced Tuesday it will buy Chattanooga-based U.S. Express for $6.15 per share, a multi-million-dollar buy that's almost the largest ever in trucking history.
I thought that it was one of the best outcomes for U.S. Express in the long run.
Zach Strickland is the head of freight market intelligence for FreightWaves. He explained the company has struggled for years, reporting a net loss of operating costs in 2021.
With a company that was having trouble during almost arguably a period of time where they should have had significant buffer, it just set them up to be in a really, really bad position in 2022.
Knight-Swift CEO Dave Jackson called the $800 million acquisition a significant opportunity to improve earnings, adding in a statement, "We expect to apply the same playbook that proved successful in the Knight-Swift merger as we share best practices, improve operations, and work together to help U.S. Express become the best that it can be. Although it will take time, particularly given the current freight environment, we would not have pursued the transaction unless we were confident in achieving our return thresholds within a few years."
Trucking is a game of inches. Operational efficiency is the name of the game, and I don't think they're going to have to make some sort of full-on gutting or restructuring that you might envision.
The deal should be closed by September, and Knight-Swift investors should see that return by 2024. Reporting from U.S. Express headquarters, Liam Collins, Local 3 News.
We're here at Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland.
We are here with great service.
We're here.
We're here.
We're here.
We're here with great deals.
We're here for you. So come get huge Nissan savings when you shop Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland and Cleveland-Nissan today. Home of the exclusive lifetime warranty.
Bender Realty is proud to have 3 agents who've been in real estate for over 40 years. The experts at Bender Realty don't just live here, they volunteer and contribute to the community in our area.
Our involvement in the community of who being able to reach out to, whether it's city planner, county planner, economic development committee, to help you bring new businesses into the Cleveland area. We're all involved and we're able to keep up with what's going on and what's coming into Cleveland.
If you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or rent, trust your friends at Bender Realty. 472-2173. Bender-Realty.com. Be home with Bender Realty.
What the Tech is sponsored by EPB Fiber Optics. Visit EPB.com to find the speed you need on Chattanooga's only 100% fiber optic network.
Early on, cutting the cord and switching to streaming services could have saved about $100 a month. Now the streaming companies are raising their prices, and it's growing closer and closer to what you originally paid for cable. Our consumer technology reporter Jamie Tucker does the math to see if cord cutting is still a good deal.
Just 3 years ago, YouTube TV cost $49 a month. Subscribers just got an email saying the price is going up again, this time to $73 a month. Hulu raised prices just last year, leaving a lot of cord cutters wondering how long before streaming costs as much as cable. YouTube TV costs $73 a month for over 100 channels. Hulu plus Live TV is now $70 a month. Also includes Hulu Movies, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus in that price. Fubo's basic package, 152 channels, is $75 a month. DirecTV Stream's price, $75 for 75 channels. And with streaming, you will have to pay another company for the internet, which can be around $75 a month. Taking that into account, streaming with YouTube, Hulu, Fubo, or DirecTV is going to be around $155 a month. So how does that compare with cable TV prices? According to Comcast's website, the internet and 125 channels is $172 after 2 years of promotional pricing. There are some cheaper streaming options. Sling TV has packages at $40, $55. Philo TV has $25 a month streaming packages, but they have no sports. And as far as internet goes, T-Mobile and Verizon have introduced home 5G Wi-Fi, but whether you can use that depends greatly on exactly where you live. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Mayor Tim Kelly's climate action plan was on the agenda at tonight's city council meeting. The mayor believes it will reduce the city's carbon footprint by the year 2050.
Before the council votes, though, they wanted to hear from the members of the public. Our Jemiah Beatty has been following this measure since the beginning. She's here with more. Jemiah?
Greg, we don't have any details on what the mayor's plan is, but the council is planning to vote on it in 1 week. Tonight we heard reaction. Mayor Kelly's action plan is a roadmap he believes will preserve and reduce the city's carbon emissions. The plan is already gaining support from corporations like TVA and EPB.
After a thorough review of this plan, we have determined that it ultimately preserves and strengthens the things that we love about this city.
The same message shared by this representative from local nonprofit Green Spaces. The organization works to provide environmentally friendly programs and campaigns for the city.
In this future, because of our planning now, my 2 boys and kids like them in every neighborhood in Chattanooga will have access to the fastest growing industries in the world.
While the mayor's plan promises to create cleaner ways to travel, reduce waste at landfills, and improve the quality of life for everyone, no matter their zip code, some who oppose it want to see more scientific evidence.
So we have an unproven problem called climate change with an unproven solution called alternative energy that will supposedly decrease our carbon footprint.
Those against the plan question the implications of relying on electric vehicles and whether the city should sustain the change over time.
Puts us really dependent on electricity for everything, and when the brownouts happen, there you go, you're not able to go anywhere.
Others against it say they want leaders to make some adjustments to incorporate support for public health care and local farming.
Why can't we take our time so you can truly hear from the citizens where we feel, you can research more what this plan can lead to, understand it, and what the outcome could possibly be.
The City Council says they are considering opinions from both sides and will vote on the measure next Tuesday. Reporting live, Jemiah Beatty.
There are a lot of banks, so what makes Southern Heritage Bank unique? It's our commitment to being unbelievably good as we identify and meet your needs. Stop by one of our 5 locations in Cleveland or Chattanooga and let us show you the difference our customers have come to expect. We strive to offer the latest banking technology, mobile wallet, online account opening, mobile banking with bill pay, and ATMs that allow cash or check deposit. All available 24/7 with a local community bank. Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
Morning. Hardee's 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast starts your day with made from scratch sausage and egg biscuits, biscuit and gravy, or syrupy French toast dips. Pick any 2, just $5. My rewards members get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
I'm looking forward to the evening. I'm looking forward to the night. When you want the best buys, the time is right. Time to sleep with the mermaid tonight. Mermaid Mattress Factory and Showroom.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature is brought to you by Simply Bank.
As we still have light rain falling around the area. We're going to continue on with Mix Mornings on the radio and also on mixtv.tv. Time to talk with our friends from the Ocoee FCA. The area director, Matt Moore, is here going to talk to us a little bit about an upcoming banquet and how you can be a part of that and really honoring some great folks in our community that's made a huge impact. I'm going to talk about that here for a few minutes. But first of all, Matt, happy midweek Wednesday to you.
Yeah, how about it? First day of, or is it, we're in spring now.
We're in spring now.
What we're experiencing is spring. It's 30 degrees and it'll be 80 tomorrow. So,
that's it.
Hey,
that's
we're
it.
excited about it. How you doing this morning, Dwayne?
Man, doing good. You know, it's one of those things. I'm not going to let a wet Wednesday get us down because we've got good things we're going to talk about this morning.
We really do. We really do. There's a lot of stuff happening. Of course, FCA in our region is really one of the best FCA regions in the whole state, in the Southeast. And we've got incredible schools, incredible people. We reach 26 different schools in our community, middle schools, high schools, universities. And then we've started, Jason Cox has started doing FCA Sports, which has been pouring into travel and club teams. And they've got 9 different teams that they're working with right now that's pouring into coaches. So we've got incredible ministry in front of us. For all the things we got in front of us, we're taking time every year. We do this in the spring. We do a spring banquet. And this year, we are doing that on April 20th at Westmore Church. And it's we're calling it Legacy Night because we're honoring some people that really, for all the ministry that we're doing, all the things that we've talked about, of how great things are, we want to really take some moments to thank some people that have done a lot of things to establish what we're standing in today. And really, we want to take that night, not just to be nostalgic, because nostalgia is just good for, hey, remember when.
Right.
But those folks that we're honoring didn't do what they did so they would get honored. They did so that we'd have a future. And we're inviting people that night to be a part of that legacy, to step in and start doing things now that will give us 30, 40 years from now that's going to impact our young people, impact the families, and make this community, which I think is a big part of this, is that we want to make this community a better place.
Sure.
So we're excited about that.
We'll talk more about maybe, is it okay to talk about some of the people?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we have 5 folks that we're really excited to honor and really want to honor them as while they're here. One of the people we're going to honor has passed away, Ron Spangler. Now, Ron was a pillar for FCA at Charleston High School. For those that remember Charleston High School, a lot of people remember him from Ocoee Middle, and he did a lot of great things at Ocoee Middle. But at Charleston High School, he was a person that when he got there, FCA was a thing that happened every week. He was inviting local pastors, local people to be a part, to be on that campus, to pour into young people. And so there are people like Stephen Shelton who could go back and say, hey, Ron made an impact on my life. My life has not been the same since he invited me to FCA camp. And I gave my life to Christ there. Yeah. And the fun part is that Steve's not the only story like that for Ron. And or Steve, Stephen's not the only one for that. But we got other folks too, like Steve Gibson. Now Shane was supposed to tell Steve already about this. So Steve, if you're listening, this is the first time you've heard about it.
Hey, happy Wednesday to you.
Hey, call Shane, don't call me. All right. But Steve Gibson, who he is a behind the scenes guy. He is probably not happy I've said his name already 3 times this morning. Right. But Steve heard about FCA through Steve Sloan sharing about it when he was an athlete and said, hey, FCA is a thing. And so Steve's like, well, I can be an athlete and I can talk about Jesus. And so it changed the trajectory in his life as a high school student to where when he was able as a businessman to support it, man, he started sending students to camp. He was the one that started our Athlete of the Year program with a board here and said, hey, we want to have that. We want to send students away. We want to give them a scholarship. We want to honor our kids and send them a scholarship so they can go not off to college, but also he was the one that created the banquet when it first started. He was a big part of that. And so the banquet has paid for students to go to camp. The students that that Ron Spangler sent to camp and Donnie Yates and all these other people and people now, that would never have happened had it not been for Steve Gibson behind the scenes who leveraged his influence and said, hey, and I'm going to prioritize my talent and my treasure, and I'm going to put it out here so other people can go. I mean, what an incredible story. And people don't know that about Steve. And Steve doesn't want people to know about that. But we don't want to go by and not honor him. And then we've got Donnie Yates. I mean, 38 years at Cleveland Middle School. And you start thinking about the influence he had there. And he was at Cleveland City Schools for like 40-something years. Yes. And so you think about, just think if he influenced 50 students for the 38 years he was there. That's almost 1,900 students that he influenced. And we know it's far more than that. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. And then you start thinking about the compounding fact, like, hey, there's if there are 5 people attached to every one of those kids, a mom and dad, a grandma, grandpa, a sibling, I mean, you're looking at over 10,000 students that he has impacted for the kingdom in our community and across our nation. Right? And so we want to honor Donnie Yates that evening because I know there's people listening right now who's like, yeah, I coached for him, or I coached with him, or I coached because of him, or I'm a better person because of him. He saw me, create a space for me to feel safe on my campus. What an incredible person. And then we've got John Dixon, who is a legend in his own right over in Polk County. Yeah. All our Polk County people, if I mention the name John Dixon, people will laugh a little bit like you just did. But then they know, like, man, this guy is a guy that loves people. Absolutely. And he cares about the Lord and is really at Polk County High School and the Polk County community has paved a way for so many young people to know Jesus. And we've got a person on our staff, Stephanie Green, who wouldn't be doing what she's doing now if it hadn't been for John doing what he did way back when. And John didn't do it so we could recognize him. John did it because he saw a young person and said, you've got potential, and I'll give you opportunity to lead. And Stephanie's a repeat of those stories. And then finally we have Martha Frazier, who is at Bradley High School, and of course a basketball legend in our community. But then when she coached with Smitty and then with Coach Credden, and she was my FCA leader. So she was a person that influenced me. But there's so many people that can look back and say, hey, here's somebody that paved a way, that created a space. And so we need to honor these people now.
Absolutely.
We don't need to wait.
And what a group of people you just mentioned there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
probably as you're talking there, Matt Moore joins us once again, Ocoee FCA, talking about the spring banquet coming up on April the 20th. If you're just joining us, the names that he's throwing out there, probably everybody listening has had some type of contact through that person or that person's next person, like you said, the feathers that's went out from that person.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah. I mean, Amy Tinsley is someone that coaches at Bradley Central with Coach Reuter, has been in the highlight reel. But she's talked to me. She's like, I want to be what Martha was for me when I was in high school for these young ladies.
Tremendous.
I mean, I can go down a list of every single one of these people, and there's people that have said, this is what I want to do. I've got our huddle leaders at Ocoee Middle and at Cleveland High are people that were Donnie Yates, from the Donnie Yates coaching tree, as it were, that saw what he did for students there and said, I want to do that for students at the school I'm at. We've got coaches at Lake Forest that are coaching football that coach with Donnie. I mean, I can go through the list of folks. There's so many people in our community that have been influenced, and sometimes we don't think about it. And we want to take this night to honor them, to really create. And here's a fun thing about all of those, except for maybe John. None of them want to talk about it. John will talk for everybody, but all of them are people like, hey, I don't want to be honored. In fact, Donnie told me when I mentioned this to him, he's like, hey, I don't want any. I'll come to the banquet, but you don't need to mention me. And I'm like, Donnie, there's people out here that want to thank you.
Yes.
And want to say thank you, and we want you to hear that on this side, and they want to hear it on this side. We don't want to wait till something's done. And so, and we're not trying to push anybody out the door, but we know it's high time that we honor these folks. And this is something we want to do on a semi-regular basis, because there's a lot of people in our community that kind of fit some of that criteria, but it's high criteria with these five.
Yeah, and that's kind of the cream of the crop.
Oh, yeah.
Per se. I mean, but like you said, there's so many others as well. So as we talk about honoring these folks, what do we need to do as a community to be there?
Yeah, no, there's several things that can happen. The best way to go, I think, is honestly is to get a table. Go on our website, ocoeefca.org, and it's the first thing you'll see on the website. Click on the link and sign up for a table. And there's different levels of giving for that. The one that's the neatest for me, I think, is we've created like an honor level of sponsorship. It's $3,000 for a table. Like that could be a lot, but what we're doing with that is you are getting yourself a table of 8, but then you're also providing our honorees their table.
Oh,
and
nice.
So if you're like, man, I want to honor Coach, and there might be some folks that maybe you're in the team from '93 that are like, hey, we went with John Dixon, or we coached with Martha, or we played for them. Why don't you guys get together, pull your resources, and honor them by being there and giving them that table, but then also you just get to be there that evening.
Yes.
You know, and that you don't have, and you might be, there might be some Charleston baseball guys that would look back and say, hey, we'd like to do the same thing. And so you could do that 3,000. You could do our whatever level. The cheapest table is $750. But I want to challenge some people to step up.
Okay.
I'd love to see like some folks from Bradley, some Bradley alumni, Polk County alumni, Cleveland alumni, Charleston or Walker alumni that would say, or Ocoee Middle folks to say, hey, I want to honor them, and I want to honor them by getting a table that night. I want to be there because the funds that we're doing for those tables are going to what we're calling a legacy fund. What we love to be able to create from that is ongoing gifts to be able to support our young people on our campuses all across our community. And to be able to say, hey, when a coach says, hey, I would like to get my kids a Bible, that's not a question of like us having to knock on some doors necessarily, but we say, hey, the Legacy Fund can cover that.
Yes.
Right? Or if we want to send some students to camp, which was a huge thing of every one of these folks wanted people to go to camp, that we've got some money that'll help that. We want to help continue to grow our scholarship program that we have that honors Chris Leggett. and we love to take some funds from this and put in that. So that the goal here is we want people to give for that legacy gift. There's going to be some ways. I feel like we're going to fill these tables up.
Yes.
I don't doubt that. So if you're out there, you need to go ahead and make this happen. Call your friends up. Get your table, and what you'll do, you'll sign up online. It's going to send you an email so you can go and pay. It'll tell you how to do that. So your email will send you the link to pay. And then once you're in, we're going to have those tables. So we're going to come back in a couple of weeks and have a conversation. We're going to give you guys. I'd love to see, like when I come back next week, talk about Athlete of the Month,
right,
and Coach of the Month. That when we talk about that, I'll say, hey, we're already full.
That'd be awesome.
And so here's how
this community can do it too.
Our community can totally do that. And there's not. I mean, you think about the number of people influence. You take each one of those and think about how many people they've influenced. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't you want to say thank you? And so we're going to have some other ways as we get closer for people to give or to honor. And we're going to be able to talk about that on here.
Okay. Sounds
good.
But
the best way right now is to get a table, to be there. And we've got some sponsors already. TMD Construction stepped up and said, hey, we want to be a part of this. GiveCo, which does like event planning stuff, they're one of our sponsors. Of course, Mix, man, you guys have given us a platform. You guys are going to be there that night. So, I mean, why wouldn't you want to be a part of that party? We've got another presenting sponsor that's coming on board. We'll talk about that next time too. We're really excited about them. And hey, if anybody else wants to jump in and say, hey, I'd like to help sponsor the night. I don't want to come, but I'd like to pay for a table for a group of athletes to come and hear about these people, or pay for a group of coaches to come and hear about these folks. I mean, why wouldn't you not want to do that? Why would you not want to
about continuing the tradition
Yeah.
from these folks that you're going to be honoring that night? So good stuff.
Yeah.
Again, we appreciate everything that Ocoee FCA does in our area. The area director, Matt Moore, telling us some great information about this spring banquet that's coming up on April the 20th. Again, website and location, and just talk about that real briefly.
So OcoeeFCA.org is where you're going to find everything. It's going to be right on the front page. Click on there, and it's going to tell you everything you know about the banquet that night. It says starts at 6. That means that you be in the building around 6. We're going to have some meet and greet time with our honorees, so you can be there. Dinner served sharply at 6:30, and we're going to have you out the door by 8:15. That's our goal.
Okay.
So I know some people get worried. They go, it's like, is it going to take all night? I see the 6 o'clock. Man, we're going to take care of you because I care about time. We're going to be laser focused on that night. We're not parading a bunch of other things around. We're going to focus on these 5. Mark Tipton's going to help MC the thing, so you don't have to hear my voice the whole night for sure.
He'll keep us on track.
Yeah, Mark is going to be
Coach
incredible.
Tipton to keep it moving on.
And you want to be there tonight because Mark has a story for every one of them of how his life has been impacted by each of those 5, and we are excited to hear that evening.
It's going to be a great night, folks, so you don't want to miss it. Again, this is coming up on April the 20th. Put it on your calendar. Start putting the text groups together now as we honor the folks that Matt Moore just mentioned to us a while ago. All right, Matt, well, we appreciate you coming in. Ocoee FCA doing tremendous things. We'll see you back soon with our coach and Athlete of the Month.
Yeah, no, we're excited about that. Thank you guys so much for all that you do to help support what we're about, because at the end of the day, I think we're all about the same thing. We want to see this community be a better place, and the best way to do that is to follow Jesus, and that's our goal, is that people will know him by the way we love and support our community. So thank you guys for all that you do.
You're welcome. So OcoeeFCA.org.
Yes, indeed.
Is where you need to go find out all the details that you need to know. Matt, we'll talk to you again very soon.
All right. Thank you, Dwayne. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. We're going to take just a quick break, have a final interview coming up, but we're just going to get you a quick Fox News update. Then we'll be right back with that final interview. Stay with us.
Fox News is next, presented by Capital Tire Service in downtown Cleveland.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. China's President Xi and Russia's President Putin say their goodbyes in Moscow, promising a new era not seen for 100 years, says Xi.
Friends and allies, these two leaders ended their summit with a pledge to work even more closely together. Despite promises of advanced military cooperation, no mention of Chinese weapon supplies to Russia, something feared by the West.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. 2 new Republican presidential polls show Donald Trump increasing his lead over Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. DeSantis hasn't said he's running. Fox Nation's Piers Morgan asks, which Trump nickname does he prefer, Ron DeSanctimonious or Meatball Ron?
I don't know how to spell DeSanctimonious. I don't really know what it means, but I kind of like it's long. It's got a lot of vowels. I mean, so we'll go with that. That's fine. You can call me whatever you want. I mean, just as long as you also call me a winner.
America's listening to Fox News.
Capital Tire Service, downtown Cleveland, your local Michelin dealer since 1967. Providing Cleveland with quality products and services for over 50 years. Come see Freddie or Tony in downtown Cleveland for a great deal on Michelin tires.
Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Cleveland, right off I-75 and exit 20.
We're here at Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland.
We are here with great service. We're here. We're here.
We're here.
We're here with great deals.
We're here for you.
So come get huge Nissan savings when you shop Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland and Cleveland-Nissan today. Home of the exclusive lifetime warranty.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature is brought to you by Simply Bank.
ErlingerEast.com. All right, Mix 104.1. Good morning out there, everybody. 24 minutes after 9 o'clock on a wet Wednesday. Please be safe out there as a light rain still falling around the area. Well, we talked earlier this week about spring has finally arrived, as hopefully the temperatures will continue to improve. And when you think about spring, you think about prom season. And so this next interview is going to really kind of touch on that for us, as we're going to be speaking with our friends from Christ Community Church. They're going to be doing a prom shop. And to talk to us about that is going to be Pastor Jeff Baggett is here, and Edna Lundsford is here as well. So good morning, Pastor and Miss Lundsford. How are you guys doing today?
Good morning. Doing well.
All right. Did I get your name right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure there. I was looking at some notes here briefly before we came in here this morning. Well, Pastor, let's start off with you. First of all, just kind of talk to us a little bit about Christ Community Church. We kind of want to get that introduction there about the church.
Okay, yeah. We're a church located on 14 South Congress Parkway in Athens, Tennessee. We're just right on the left up on the hill before you get to Dooley Tractor. So, we're a community church. We're laid back. Everything's relaxed. So we're just there to minister the best we can to our community.
And we got to go ahead and get this out of the way. Now, how are you related to Bridget?
Bridget is my first cousin.
Okay. Yeah. Because when I seen it on the list there, it said Baggett. I said, now I know that there has to be a tie-in somewhere. Yeah. So I wanted to make sure people kind of caught that connection as well. Now, Edna, tell us a bit about yourself and what you do there at the church.
Okay, well, I'm the treasurer. So Pastor entrusts me with that. He has great faith that I don't mess up the books.
That's a big responsibility.
It is, yeah. It is. And, of course, the Lord laid on my heart to continue this prom ministry that we have there at our church to reach the young people in the area.
Now, you mentioned continue on. So how long has this been going on there?
This will be our 11th year.
Wow, 11 years been doing this this prom shop that we're getting ready to talk about. So, all right, so we kind of laid the foundation here. So let's talk about this. Pastor, are you going to be the one that leads us down this path?
Yeah, we'll
kind of bounce back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell me about what the community needs to know about this.
Well, what we do is we turn our sanctuary, we turn our fellowship hall, we turn that into literally the prom shop. We have dresses, tuxedos, anything that you can think of that you would need for the prom, shoes, jewelry, the makeup, just anything that goes with it, belts. So we turn our church into the prom shop, and it's like coming in and you're shopping for what you would need for the prom, but there's no charge.
Wow.
Everything is free. And this year we have right at 800 prom dresses.
My goodness.
And around 150 or so tuxedos. So
with the prom shirts.
With the shirts that come with it, I mean, it's you get the whole thing. It's,
wow.
You just walk in there and you leave ready to go to your prom, and it's just our way of ministering to young people, and it's a stressful time for our young kids anyway. They face so much more today than we ever did, and so we want to take anything we can do to make it easier on them and minister to them and let them see Jesus. That's our goal. So
yeah, you know, with churches like what you're saying, Christ Community Church there in Athens, it's more than just coming to a Sunday, Wednesday service that a church wants to be a part of, like you guys in your name community. You want to show the community that the love of Christ is outside those doors as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was never meant to stay in the four walls.
It's not a hidden thing.
Jesus always said go. He never, the only time he said come was to come to him. And other than that, it was always go when it come to ministering. And so we take it outside the four walls.
You know, one of the things that's amazing to me, the numbers of prom dresses and everything that you guys have got collected here. How did this get acquired? I mean, is it just through members, or how did you acquire all of these items that you're going to be, letting people use?
It's a community. They have been tremendous to give us back donations. We collect all year long. And so we have a drop-off location other than the church, so they can, as people are house cleaning or into the prom this year, we'll get a lot of donations come in. Then we get a lot now during this, getting the event ready. So
talk to me, how do people participate? You've got all of these very, very nice items, these clothing items and other items that you mentioned, makeup and different things like that people need for these proms. How do they get to be a part of coming in and, I guess, shopping at the prom shop?
They just have to come in. It's going to be April 1st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So get there early because there'll be a line. There has been every year. And you come in and you sign a registration form, and it's first come, first serve, and then we'll call your name in order. We take about 14 girls and how many guys at a time? Just varies. It depends on how many volunteers we have, which we usually have quite a few, but about 14 to 15 girls at a time will come in. And
we've got 14 dressing rooms ready.
Yeah.
So that each girl is assigned a volunteer that stays with her the entire time. She can take 3 dresses off the rack and go to the dressing room so she can try them on. We allow 30 minutes per visit so we can service as many girls as quickly as we can. It's amazing. It
very organized.
It is.
Sounds like.
The dresses are on racks by size, by color, so the girl can go directly to the size that she needs. And the women, bless their hearts, work all week long and get them steamed and ready and make them beautiful again. So it is just amazing.
Lots of volunteers.
Lots of volunteers to make this happen. Again, our friends are here from Christ Community Church talking about their prom shop. Now, I know you guys are there in the Athens-McMinn County area. What communities are welcome to participate in this? What are you guys kind of wanting to throw the message out for?
Yeah, it's open to anybody. We've had them last year. We had them come all the way from Hamilton County, all the way up from Knoxville. It's open. It's not just McMinn County. It's open to any, and we had 18 or 19 high schools that we're
now in 20 schools that we send our flyers to in 5 or 6 counties.
So talking about saturating and getting the message out around this area this is tremendous. You know, and I know there's some people that do some similar type things, but to spread this out all over this area, like you just mentioned, those different schools that you're touching and inviting other communities to come up, I don't know if I've heard of another type organization like what you guys are doing that just really says, hey, we're casting the net. Anybody that's in that range listening or gets the flyer at their school are welcome to come out. I'm sure if you've done this 11 years, like you mentioned at the onset here, that there's people been coming back to you over the years, either donating themselves years later, or one of the things I can only imagine, they come back and say, look, there was a time in my life I was going through a difficult time, my family was. Without what you guys done, I probably wouldn't have went to the prom. I would not have had that experience if it wasn't for the generosity of the community and all the people that made the donations. Is there anything in particular? I mean, I'm sure there's stories that stick out in your mind.
There was a couple of years, a girl came, and of course the morning is the busiest, but it kind of thins out toward the afternoon. And she came that afternoon, she was holding a dress, and she said, I got this dress here a couple of years ago, and I even got married in it, and I just feel like I need to return it.
Wow.
So she said, may I put it on the rack? And I said, there's your size, go put it on the rack. And I promise you, the next girl that came in went straight to that dress and got it. It fit her perfectly.
My goodness.
So
wow.
It's amazing the stories and the testimonies we get from that ministry.
And you just never know what it's going to take. I mean, we talked about it just a second ago, Pastor. You never know where you're going to touch someone, where they're going to see the love of Christ.
Exactly.
And understand, you know what, I want to be a part of this. If this is touching all these people's lives, and this is what being a Christian is all about, I want to be a part of this, because this is a phenomenal thing. So a prom dress probably is giving someone at some point an opportunity to gain salvation. Mm-hmm. And you wouldn't think, and that's not, that's wasn't the point in the beginning. It was a point to help people, but just the path that it sends them down, that has to be an incredible a group of stories and stuff that you probably have heard over the years. So it's just incredible. Again, our friends are here from Christ Community Church talking about the prom shop. Pastor, what else do we need to know about this? And definitely we're going to go back at the end and revisit the details, but is there anything else that we want this listening audience and TV watching audience to know today?
Yeah, the big thing is that everything is free of charge, because I don't know how, but sometimes people get the misconception that we charge for anything. Everything is absolutely free. It doesn't matter your background. If you need it for the prom, come up there.
Right.
And it's available to everyone in different communities. So that's the big thing we want to get out, and we want people to know that, hey, a church is a friend of the community. It's due to religion, I guess you get, for lack of a better term, churches, some churches seem stuffy, and no, we're a friend of the community, and it doesn't matter. Just come if you need it.
Yeah, come
if you need it. Yeah,
and that's what the church is designed to do, to help people, help the community,
Yes.
and give us hope and
Yes.
all those things, and hope. Like I said, it's found in so many different ways. It's through a food bank. It's through just taking care of families that have lost a loved one, and the church family is there to get them through that time. And then it could be something as simple as an individual that feels, I'm not going to go to the prom. I'm not going to be able to go because I don't have the funds. I'm not going to ask my parents, or it's a single parent, or what we see these days more than anything is grandparents and great-grandparents raising kids these days.
Yeah.
That seems to be a big thing right now that we hear a lot about. And let's just face it, on those type of budgets, grandparents and great-grandparents and single parents, it's hard to fit in all the things that a person needs. Like you said a while ago, Pastor, that it seems like there's something every day that we need that maybe as younger people we didn't.
Right.
But now it seems like the needs and things that people need are a little bit greater than they were. And of course, price has gone up and things as well. So just a great opportunity. We want to mention again that Christ Community Church is offering this not only to McMinn County, but Bradley County, Meigs County, Polk County, we could go on up, Sweetwater, Hamilton County, as you already mentioned, Ray County.
Loudon.
So if you're Loudon, if you're listening in today and you hear our radio station or watching on mixtv.tv, make sure you share this with someone that you said, you know what? I know a family that could benefit from this, whether it's a female or a male. I think it's great that you include the guys. Yeah. A lot of times when you think of proms, you think of the ladies, but hey, the guys, we're in the same boat. If you can't afford to go, you can't afford to go. Yeah. Everything's expensive, and so this is just a great way for people to enjoy. Probably one of the things that you will go back 10, 15, 20 years from now, your prom is something that's an important, I guess, milestone in your life. You kind of get you to the point where you think, okay, this part of my life is ending, time to move on to the next phase of life. And so this is something that you guys want to make sure everybody has that opportunity to participate. Okay, so again, we want to, Pastor, I'm going to let you just give the details one more time before we get out of the interview.
Yeah, the prom shop will be April the 1st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I would urge you to get there early, because like I say, the line will start and it gets pretty long. If it's raining, we do it rain or shine. If it's raining, we'll have we've got a little FM station that we'll set up where you can listen to in your car for your name to be called, or recall your cell phone.
Wow.
So it's rain or shine, and so we just urge you to get there if you need anything for your prom. So, yeah.
Ms. Lundsford, anything else from you?
That's all. Just please come if you need a prom dress or a tuxedo.
Been a lot of hard work go into this. Let's see them go off the racks and in people's hands and let them enjoy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And tremendous job, guys. I mean, what you guys are telling us, that takes a lot of work. And I know that you guys are very proud of the church and the community for stepping up for this event. The prom shop coming up April the 1st. At Christ Community Church there in Athens. So we hope that you will partake in that. Guys, thanks so much for coming in and sharing this great information with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us for the Mixed Morning Show and on MixedTV.tv. A little longer of a program today. Had so many great guests that dropped by and see us today. That's one of the things that we're so proud of, is to bring you opportunities and interviews like we just talked about here, closing out our morning segment. Be safe out there the rest of the morning as we got some wet roads. We'll be back with you during the lunchtime hour and then back with you this afternoon for your drive home. We got music coming up in just a few minutes, so stay with us. Mix 104.1 WCLE.
From our award-winning